and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, sensaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. rather.
I just realized that while we had the mics turned on, the soundboard wasn't turned on.
Ha ha!
They missed all of that.
So we're going to start from the beginning.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can they hear us now, Austin?
They should be able to.
I was going to point that out a minute ago, but
Yeah,
you said we were up,
should've.
and I should.
Well,
the paper was over top the green thing, and
never trust that I know what I'm doing.
Whatever.
I will make a note of that.
Hi, everybody. We came
So
back.
hi, everybody. You can cut that out in the YouTube thing, right?
No, I mean I can, but I won't.
Probably should.
Probably should, or at the very least put something in the description being like, hey.
Oh, there will certainly be a description saying, hey, the first 3 minutes are us talking to nobody.
You're welcome, Natural. Sorry about that. So, quick recap.
Oh, can they hear us? Did they confirm?
Yes, they
okay.
Yeah, they confirmed.
All right, so
Thank
real quick, when last we left off, the Paladin killed Grimgaw, notably the Warlock's source of power, and found the small and apparently useless trinket that...
He's going to regret that when he comes back and have a different source of power.
Fenris asked for. So, let's reintroduce ourselves.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Tarrell, human, shifter into a fox, bard, 6-year-old son, chilling with her.
Hi,
further left.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Clanless Faust, Dragonborn Warlock, who's going to kill some people.
With very few powers. On my far
Just
right.
gonna need my claws.
I'm John, playing Galadir Alunai, the High Elven Wizard, who just tried to explain the conservation of energy to the party.
And on my immediate right.
Hi, I'm Stan. I'm playing Duncan, half-elf orc. Oops, half-orc fighter.
The half-elf, half-orc.
No, half-elf
I mean-
fighter.
Actually, odds are you probably are half-elf, half-orc.
If you're becoming an... no, not really.
If you're half-orc, because that's where orcs are from, is the Elven continent.
Yep.
Whatever.
The other half is irrelevant. All orc traits are dominant, turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look like it and act like it and all that.
I want to see half orc, half dwarf.
Those exist, and they're angry all the time.
They're called goblins.
They're dwargs. Dwargs are a thing, and they're not happy, and they want you to die.
They're dorks?
Dwargs.
Oh.
They are goblins. Anyways,
So, when we left off, Duncan
it's a
saw...
half-orc, half-ling.
Everyone has seen a room of absolutely destroyed. None of the arcane secrets that were in it are left intact. They all saw the Paladin vanish, and from his hands dropped a simple tiara, plain silver band and a small ruby inset. Duncan has grabbed it, and our Galadir, our wizard, has noted something odd.
Yes, I'm pretty certain the paladin's dead.
The Paladin literally just vanished.
Like,
There doesn't seem it's more a vacuum of magic than anything else, which is odd.
yeah, all the magical energy and magical potential that was in the paladin went away very rapidly. Which, yeah, conservation of energy means he became a nuke somewhere. Wherever he went, there's nothing there anymore.
He was invoking a whole lot of power. Like,
Yep.
he was tied to that ley line real hard.
Is the ley line okay? I just want to check the like.
There was a snapback. The ley line was anchored to this room by some arcane means, and that anchor has been broken.
Yeah, but
The ley line is still strong, and it's flowing.
Yeah.
It's still flowing through the room.
Okay.
It's just not anchored to the room.
Got it. Well, can we see now?
Yes, all of your effects are lifted.
Right.
The only reason that Faust is still feeling ill effects is because he has other problems.
Yeah, he has other problems. Well, Faust, I see you're awake. Welcome back.
You can set me down now.
Oh, yeah.
I set him down.
Roll me a strength check.
I
Strength saving throw, rather.
I haven't let go of telekinesis.
15.
All right. You're able to pull yourself up under your own power, but
Shaky.
everyone can see that it's a struggle.
And so he kind of shakily stands up and staggers into the room and looks around. Idiot.
What happened?
Burned it all! This ancient knowledge. This was your people's knowledge, Galadir. Everything they couldn't take from her.
Who is here?
This was Grimgor. The Lich Lord of Knowledge lived here.
What do I know of Grimgall? 'Cause I think this is the first time I've ever heard the name out
Roll a
loud.
religion check.
Not bad. Not bad. Hang on. Religion's not my strong suit, but
I think it's still an intelligence check, though.
It is.
It is. So that's 22.
Oh, yeah. You know pretty well. Grimgaw is known as the Lich Lord, Master of Knowledge, Lord of Secrets, that sort of thing. Lawful evil, but a lot of it's actually mostly neutral followers that survive. The evil ones tend to delve deeper than they can go and get their heads exploded unless they're really powerful. Really, knowledge is power. Power is the reason to be alive, is her mantra. Apparently her. No one actually knew, and everyone assumed it was masculine. Turns out that was wrong.
Okay. I sort of turn to the pile of rubble and start using telekinesis to mass shift the rubble and see if there's any surviving crystals or anything.
Roll me in... Let me grab a sheet here. I've got the skills printed out, because I thought I had this time. Investigation.
All right. I'm good at that.
An ancient high elf with all the knowledge they could
30.
take from her.
Another
and
natural
he
20.
burned it like it was cinder.
Who?
It smells evil.
The destruction is thorough. There's a lot of valuable raw materials here. There's a lot of valuable magical reagents here. There's a lot of... but the magical power that was here is gone, and every ounce of knowledge that was imparted into these is gone. So there's a lot of cash value here, just not...
I gather up
Sweep
all the
up everything.
remaining... I gather up all the remaining materials into my coat of holding.
Okay. Roll me your D10,000.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
See how much I get?
10,000 on the money.
Roll high.
It's
I got
possible.
over the thing. Let me see if I can find them all. I had them out a minute ago, but I wasn't going to use them.
Well, sometimes you need
Right
a
there.
D10,000.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a 10,000. Okay, I'll do that.
In the meantime,
Meanwhile,
Go ahead.
there's no knowledge left here.
not all of it was evil, I assume.
What happened?
The fool went straight into a room.
I assume since it was mostly evil, he probably just destroyed it all.
Are you talking about Yi?
Yes.
What did he do? What did you see?
He barged into this room protected by a magic shield that was here, and with the assistance of a number of divine sources of magic, destroyed my patron and all of the knowledge that rested here.
5,915.
Okay. There's 5,915 gold worth of raw magical stuff here.
Raw magic stuff.
It's a lot.
My people are the ones that would want it, so...
Yes. Now, the key is finding a market for it is going to be difficult, but...
Right.
That's why I'm taking it, because I can find that market.
Now, he kind of clutches his fists together. Now I am back to where I was. I will not be Furiel again! He kind of thrusts his hand out, and there's a spark of electricity. I still have that, at least.
Well then. Let us return to the service. We will figure out what to do next after that. Well, we know what to do next. We're taking
We need
that
to take- we
that
need
tiara
that
back,
tiara
but
to
with you in
what's his
particular.
face.
I need energy.
Well,
Energy.
can I make an Arcana check to understand to sort of I theorize what it is that he needs?
Raw magical power.
You can, roll an Arcana check.
Like, not just what, but where. 25.
So, Warlock's... He doesn't to continue surviving, he doesn't need anything
To get back to where he was.
But to get back to where he was, so warlock magic isn't just plug in a battery and go.
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot of raw magical power in your cloak, but that's a very inefficient sort of...
If it's already put to task, it's less useful.
Yeah. So what he really needs is either something of some sort of ancient and unique power, or a living source of power.
Could he draw energy? I know it wouldn't be enough. I know it wouldn't last him, but could he draw energy from the ley line?
Ley lines are not living power. Ley lines is the work of wizards and sorcerers.
Yeah.
Sometimes divine magic travels through ley lines, but that's not the norm.
Okay. It would be difficult for him to draw power from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he probably isn't even aware that there's a ley line here right now in his current state.
Could I, like, just with the knowledge that I have over several hundred years of research and living, could I think of an appropriate alternative source?
Demons.
The most common thing would be either... What do you mean when you say appropriate?
Like I wouldn't go to demons first because that's the dark elf stuff, and I don't.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that we would do. But like would an ancient dragon be something he could draw power from?
Ancient,
or...
any sort of legendary being, ancient dragons.
And
for Faust in particular, you would presume an ancient dragon would actually be very fitting.
And then I guess
powerful necromantic would also works because it is life magic. He could, again, because of his attunement, draw a lot of power out of undead.
Yeah.
Or magics that are powerfully necromantic.
So like where would if considering power as a focal point rather than as a nation or anything, where would the seat of necromantic power be on this continent?
Necromancy is shunned by most groups.
Yeah.
Even the High Elves are leery of necromancy. Something about necromancy getting out of hand. It's been banned for almost 2,000 years. What a coincidence.
Yeah, I know. Coincidentally.
Yeah.
Like, is there like a known Draco Lich or something like that in the world?
The most necromancy is going to be the Dark Elves.
Right.
But they use demons more than necromancy, so it's more of a side, more of a hobbyist thing for the Dark Elves.
Right.
Yeah, I need
looking at Faust.
I need basically magical energy that is not put to task. That is stewing inside a source.
I have some information for you, but let us get out and get to a rest before we go over what your next steps should be.
And you also could assume that Faust would know.
I also know what I need.
Faust would definitely know that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know he's not familiar with this continent.
Yes.
Which is why I have information that might help him.
Ironically, the creatures that our potion maker used would have been a topping off source at the very least.
Actually, Floomps would be an incredible source. Floomps would be like a monster energy drink.
Yeah, but it would be you'd change from Undying to Celestial.
I mean, my patron abilities are what I format that energy for.
Yeah.
So.
So.
He's like, all of a sudden Faust becomes a Celestial and gets really happy and chill.
No.
No. He's still redirecting the power to his own porpoise.
Yeah.
Purpose, not porpoise.
Hey,
It's a
porpoise are full of life energy.
Let us return to the surface. I will lead the way. And I'll start leading us back up to the city.
I'll need your hand. I'm blind right now.
Of course.
Oh yeah, does no one have a light source?
I have dark vision.
Because all of the rest of you have dark vision.
Everyone except Faust.
Yeah.
Everyone except Faust is dark vision.
Just drag him up the same way you dragged him down here.
Actually, yeah, I can't just lift you up.
I have an arm locked with Tarel's. I will be fine.
Gora could also lead you.
Gora's up with the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't bring Gora down because you're not dumb.
Yep.
Correct.
I would like to try to see him levitate you at this point, with Faust full of anger.
I mean, it'd be easy.
Just drag him along.
Yeah, no, it's fine. As long as you have him. Yeah, no, I don't have any.
Yeah, as it turns out, no one takes dark vision because they usually have dark vision and they're insensitive like that. No one takes the dark vision spell.
Well, I didn't take. Actually, no. I hand you a. Wait.
You have to change it, and
me
ye took it.
Give me a minute. I take an hour
To make a new.
to make a new transmuter stone,
Let's just get it. I mean,
change it
we're
to
gonna
dark
take
vision, and hand it to him.
Here you go.
Let's just leave. It's easier.
I don't need to take the dark vision spell because I have a dark vision rock.
I completely forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
had your stick.
Well, he no longer has dark vision wherever he's at.
Yeah, no.
He's kind of like, wait, I can't see anymore. What happened?
No. Do you have any sort of connection to that rock, or is it simply a?
Yes, it is connected. It's fueled by my energy. So
Yeah. As soon as he vanished, that gone.
Oh, it was like it got destroyed.
The stone.
Yeah.
Or at least your connection to it was severed.
It's just severed.
Oh yeah, then it would have stopped working immediately.
Yeah, no, like I'm just.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's fueled by me. So if my connection to it drops, then it's just a rock at that point.
Is
Yep.
it just a rock at this point? Or
Well, I mean, he made a new
I
one.
make a new one.
you made a new one.
Yeah, I can make a new one.
You don't know what happened to Yi wherever he is.
I have no idea what happened to that one.
No.
So yeah, I hand you it. Keep this on your person. So long as I'm connected to it magically, you will be able to see in the dark. And then we head up.
All right. The journey up. It takes a while, but the journey, like the journey down did.
Yep.
And as soon as you get to where they're actually mining, you're approached by a couple of dwarves. You came back.
Indeed, we did.
Also, I'm not disguised anymore.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They didn't know you going down, so they weren't paying that much attention. I mean, also one of you is missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed, we did. I believe your was it king and queen, wasn't it?
Yes.
I believe your king and queen would like to be informed as to what has transpired, but the magical trap, as it were, has been dealt with.
What was causing it?
I believe that's information I should inform your king and queen of first.
Of course. Follow us.
Certainly.
They escort you very quickly back up to the throne room.
Yep.
As you walk in, the king and queen, the queen stands gladly, and the king looks genuinely surprised at your entrance.
Which one was an elf? Was it
The queen is an elf.
Queen's an elf.
The
King's dwarf.
king's a dwarf. You see over in the corner. What's your kid's name again?
Kai.
Kai is having fun with one of the dwarven attendants. They're playing some sort of strange game with rocks. It's a strange board that's got divots in it, and there are rocks.
They're playing Mancala.
They're playing Mancala, yes.
Love Monkey.
And Gora's not in the room, but you would presume she's okay. How did it go?
Piece of cake.
Curiously, the wards that your miners had tripped were from my people, from a time when we lived in this area, centuries ago. It was designed to keep trapped a particularly powerful entity of dark magic. The entity has been destroyed, and with its destruction, the wards were removed.
That's fantastic news, says the Dwarven King, still seeming almost in shock that he's hearing it, and standing up. Not only is that gone, but whatever ancient evil lurked down there, gone as well.
Indeed.
Yes.
Unfortunately, dealing with it has also robbed me of the vast majority of my own energy.
Yes, our ally is in a weakened state. Could we perhaps request shelter for the night?
Of course, anything you desire. The
Certainly.
queen motions to a pair of handmaidens, and they immediately. One of them rushes out of the room, and one of them walks up to you. She bows low. It's an elven one. Would you like to go to your rooms now, or would you like to see the palace?
Where is my ward?
She is outside. She had been interested in archery, I believe.
Very well.
I believe our friend could use the rest, but I would be more than happy to look about the palace.
Oh. Well, the doors are open to you. Anyone who would like to get some rest immediately, follow me.
I'll also need food.
We will have some sent up to your room right away. If you'd like, you can wait until the grand banquet tonight. You will, of course, be invited. But we can have some sent to your room immediately if you need it.
He may need food now, but...
I shall have the kitchen send some up.
I haven't eaten in years, not significantly.
Well, it's a good time to relearn a skill.
Dragonborn meats. Yes, lots of meats. And black dragonborn. We shall arrange for it at once. She begins motioning for you to follow her.
I follow. That's staggering, but...
Tara's coming with you.
Mm-hmm.
She takes you to a series of chambers that are guest quarters, and by the time you get there, there is already the delightful smell of of a giant anaconda that has been spit roasted.
He tears into it literally like someone who hasn't eaten in years.
Yes.
It goes away fast.
It's, I mean, this is the ideal food for black dragonborn. You know, it's all
strongly acidic, but I don't care because I'm made of acid.
well, not just strongly acidic. It's native to swamps and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Torel, do you stick around there?
Yeah, she's gonna stay with him.
Do you have Kai with you, or are you leaving Kai to play with?
Just letting Kai play.
Okay.
He's happy.
Do you want any of this anaconda?
No.
It actually smells pretty good.
It also don't want none.
And
It won't be there
hungry
long.
as Faust is, there's more than he can eat.
No,
really?
the anaconda don't want none because it's dead.
This is 50 pounds of meat. This is a full anaconda.
Yeah.
Boneless.
No.
I mean, technically.
I mean,
There's a spine.
there's a mostly cartilage spine.
Yes.
Boneless asterisk. No bones to remove, really.
Yes. So you guys are recuperating. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna wander around, look at stuff.
Any stuff in particular?
The armory. Just curious.
All right. So the armory has a large number of dwarven smiths and who work with elven smiths, and they work together to create truly unique items out of what appears to be this strange, almost silvery metal. Because you're in the royal armory.
Right. Kind of like mithril.
No.
No. Okay.
Do you pick one up?
Yeah. I'd examine it.
So it has a lot of heft to it, and it's sort of got a blackish hue. It's weighty, but it's very well balanced, and there's some sort of, you're not sure if it's magic, but something that's making it lighter than it should be. Like you can feel that this has more heft than it does weight, which is
It's steel.
trademark of magic.
Okay. Interesting.
It's very crude steel, but yes.
Yeah. How fun.
I would be wandering the palace, especially talking to anybody that knows history of the land and the kingdom.
All right, roll me. Just raw charisma. Roll under your charisma.
Nope. 19. My charisma's 8.
So high elves have a reputation for being haughty and distant, and
You definitely got the distant part.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be haughty. It's just my nature.
Just being natural.
regardless of how you are, you're pretty much automatically assumed to be that by everybody you meet,
Yeah.
and you can't carry more than a 5-second conversation.
Yep. Oh well.
Oh well.
I tried. I'm trying to repair relations between my races and others, but failing because, unfortunately, we never really had the how to talk to people school.
Yeah.
How to play well with others.
Yeah, that's not a lesson not high elves are taught.
One of the elven smiths notices you. You've picked up a. It looks like a hybrid of an axe and a sword. It's got a heft at
like
the
a
end.
falchion.
It's like a falchion, yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the elves walks up.
Cute.
You've seen the trademark metal, I see.
Yes, it's nice.
It's fairly new metallurgy. The dwarves learned almost a century ago this substance called iron, but it was far too soft and heavy to be practical. We found some new techniques that we're just starting to use that make it usable, combining it with other metals, and well, sort of by accidentally dropping it in the hot coals, but turns out
yeah, that makes
that
sense.
seems to be the secret. We're not sure why, but take it.
Carbon, yes, but we don't tell them.
Yes,
Because I don't know these
you
things.
know it's carbon. Duncan doesn't
Doesn't.
know.
Duncan has no idea.
Duncan's got
yeah.
no clue. Also, no money, but
Right. Yeah. Fun. So they're using this. Do they use it for some of the armor also?
it seems to be mostly used in small pieces. You see
They're
a
still
couple
playing with
experiments with armor, but they're having trouble producing a piece large enough to be used in armor.
Right. Okay.
There seems to be an experiment where they've made several small scale-like drops and they've tried to weave them together.
Something like my outfit.
Yeah, something
Like
like your
scale
outfit
mail,
made out
almost.
of metal, and it looks like it would work great, but for whatever reason, it's a lot of it's been torn aside and discarded.
Yeah.
Roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Get underneath your intelligence.
Underneath. Nope.
It looks like it'd be fine to you. You have no idea why they aren't using it.
Yeah.
I could figure it out, but I'm too busy being shunned.
Yes. Shun the tall elf.
I helped
well.
you people.
Yes, and they're very thankful. They respect you a lot. That doesn't mean they like you.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Anyway.
I do my best to repair relations between my race and others. My best is not much, but I do it.
Your conscience is clear. You've now tried.
I have attempted.
You've put forth
And effort.
an effort. I'm not going to say a noble effort or a good effort, but an effort.
An effort, yes. And then after a while, I'll go check on Faust and Darrell.
After, roll me a Constitution, just a raw Constitution check.
2.
Okay. You feel
Good, because
weird
my con's only 10.
and revolted.
50-50 shot.
Oh, no, sorry, it's 11.
You feel
Slightly better.
As you eat, you feel a weird, revolting feeling in your stomach as it actually starts having to process food. But you're able to keep the food down by sheer force of will.
That's all Faust is made of at this point.
He hasn't
Yep.
eaten in a lot.
Pretty much.
Bravadoism. Faust is living.
You don't even show the sickness on your face. You're just like I want to puke. No, you're not allowed to do that. But no. And then your stomach,
Quiets
does what-
down and continues
quiets down
digesting.
Like, okay, fine.
I stave off Drowner's gut by force of will.
By the time you get there, he's eaten about 3 pounds of meat, and at this point, you do feel sick.
Yeah.
You don't regret it at all, though. It's like, man, I needed this, but man, it makes me feel awful.
Yeah.
And it tasted really good.
Well, 2 pounds is a day's rations, so I've eaten a ration and a half, basically.
You've eaten a day's rations in the course of about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've eaten a day and a half rations in 15 minutes.
And all of it's meat.
Yeah.
Tum, 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 tum.
Well, that should be enough now.
You knocked on the door.
Yep.
Enter.
There's also pitchers of water, and there is a chalice of wine if you choose to drink it.
Not right now.
You wisely stick to the water and are not
try
required to
that.
roll another con check.
I step in. Close it over me.
You see what looks to have been an anaconda that has had its face eaten.
I see they have fed you. Is the chalice of wine there, or is Dario drinking it?
She's not drinking it.
Okay. No one's touching it. I'll have some.
It's really good. It's got more of an earthy tannin flavor than, the elven wine you're used to. It's not as good as your people's wine, but it's good. It's good for savages.
Galadier is not a wine connoisseur. He doesn't care.
No. I mean, you know it's good wine. It's not as sweet as you're used to.
So it's red, not white? Or other way around?
You're used to whites, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and within them there's still variations, but...
Yeah. So just sort of...
It's also not nearly as dry.
Drink some. Well, Faust, have you an idea as to what you need next? And I'll have a seat, resting my staff on my shoulder.
A short-term solution is I need magical creatures to drain essence from. A longer-term answer is I need an incredible source of power.
Well,
Something that will not deceive and cannot be taken from me. Which leaves my choices very narrow. I need an artifact.
certainly there are powerful artifacts in the realm. There are dragons as well.
A dragon fails two of my 3 requirements.
Fair enough. If you were so inclined, the Dark Elves also have certain practices that might aid you, but...
Demons and devils also fail all 3 of my requirements.
Fair enough. Can I think of any powerful sentient artifacts?
My three requirements are that my source of power will not betray me, will not use me as a tool any more than I am aware of, and cannot be taken from me.
So yeah, an artifact.
Roll an int check.
Am I trying to get under my intelligence?
Yes.
I can't fail, but I rolled a 5 out of 20.
Well, I mean, you can roll a 20, which is always a failure on that.
I rolled a 5 out of 20.
As far as powerful magical artifacts, there are a lot of artifacts of legend. The Power Stone and the Staff that you're getting are potentially powerful enough, but you're not sure what they're linked to.
Yeah. Also, they're going to be destroyed, so...
Aside from that, you do remember that weird gnome thing had a ton of, like, world-rending powerful artifacts. Any of those might be suitable. But again, you don't know where they're from.
Are there any like that I know of that I've heard of that exist naturally in our world? Not that the gnome brought with them?
Powerful artifacts that exist in your world. Well, there were a couple that Grimgaw had.
Yeah.
The Dragon Heart.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've heard of an artifact called the Dragon Heart that would certainly be powerful enough and suited to him.
What do I know of the Dragon Heart?
Not a lot. It's, pardon me, the city of Dredge is fairly new, but you do know the underground was a dragon's haven for long before that.
So this discussion's going to be fun. Well, the city of Dredge, I believe, had an artifact that might have suited your purposes. I believe it was a heart of some kind that
I'm familiar.
the dragons worship.
There are also... do I know of any sentient magic weapons that exist on the world as a whole, based on my knowledge?
And there's also a variety
You
of...
roll me a raw intelligence check.
A variety of items our gnomish friend
3 out of
had,
16.
though whether or not you'd like to
3 out of
bargain with
16.
him, one would know.
So there's a couple. There's one item, it's called the Hero's Axe. It chooses its wielder, and it is a sentient item that aspires to do great things.
Not good or
It
evil things,
prefers
great
to do
things.
good things, but as long as they're great, it's okay with it. Mm-hmm. Aside from that,
About to become a hexblade.
Yeah, that's the only patron that he would change to is Hexblade. Like
Yeah.
that he would change his magical format.
there's the Centaur's Chalice that you've heard of from your lands. Mm-hmm. It's basically the Holy Grail chalice of life. They say that drinking from it will cure any ill and make you young again. And you know that it does have a purpose. It will only work on you if it wants to.
Mm-hmm.
It can produce, for some people, this, elixir of life, while for others it can create a deadly poison.
Yeah.
It's also goodly aligned.
Yeah.
You
Something
do
neutral, preferably.
Remember, there was an undead beholder deep below Dwarven lands on your
A
continent.
death tyrant. No. See, the problem with beholders is they are as erratic as they come.
It might have artifacts, though.
But it would have but its phylactery. Roll me insight.
13.
And I can take us back there.
Its phylactery would almost definitely be some sort of important magical item that, once the Lich died, could be used to your ends. Aside from that,
So killing another Lich?
Fenris had a variety of things. The problem with trying to find neutral artifacts is
If you're neutral, you don't make artifacts.
passion and power are inherently tied in magic. It's hard for passionate magics to be neutral.
I mean, a weapon of law is a thing, but,
Yeah, but law weapons tend to be good or evil.
Yeah. The problem with sentient weapons is sentient weapons have very base level emotions.
Yeah.
And neutrality is a very complex concept.
There is an axe that could very easily be used. Its purpose is to perform great deeds, and I can't see any greater than saving this world from annihilation.
Certainly. Do I know of this axe?
The Hero's Axe?
Yeah.
You've heard legends. It's Excalibur.
Have the legends
But an
ever
axe.
have the legends ever said where it is, or how one finds it?
It's usually wielded by somebody, by natives of this land.
Okay.
It's one of those country boy rise to power type things. It loves the underdog story. It is rarely wielded by kings.
I mean, it's not quite the good version, but that is literally Faust's story.
Yeah.
Well, we might be able to ascertain information of that over the banquet. But anything else?
You do know that Wood Elves would likely know more about this.
That's why I'm thinking. Ask the queen when we're at dinner with her when they can't shun me because I'm a high elf.
The queen doesn't shun you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
The most dangerous source, but potentially most versatile, is the heart of a death tyrant that exists on my home continent.
Oh, also your amulet
Is
not
not
working.
working.
Because you are not tied to an undead being anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
It is, however, a decently powerful artifact. You might be able to use it as a fuel source in an
By
emergency.
expending it. Yeah, by expending it, basically.
You're not sure if it would. It wouldn't destroy the artifact. It may have adverse effects, though.
Yeah.
well.
That might be interesting.
If we can find no information on the axe, I can certainly get us back to your continent. I'd be interested in going myself, actually. I have that power. And teleport to Death Tyrant's lair.
I think a short-term solution might be useful as well. We should find magical creatures that I may siphon from.
Well, we'll have a look as we go. But first, there's a banquet to attend.
Indeed.
Will you be up for it, or would you rather stay here?
I'll definitely be up for the conversation.
Very good. Well then,
Roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Just saving throw or
It's
check?
saving throw.
15.
I
feeling-
begin drinking. Let's see what happens.
You feel a lot better.
Okay.
Like, you don't feel good,
Yeah.
but you know how that you feel after, like, after your fever's broken?
Yeah.
You feel like that.
That rising energy, but still not good.
Yeah. Like, everything hurts, but you feel like, I'll be better.
Ting. Well then,
He just kind of grips his hand for a second, and electricity dances across his fingers. I haven't lost everything.
good. Shall we go socialize?
Yes.
You've got about another 2 hours before the banquet.
Yeah.
So
I actually will go, if the queen would, if I can talk to the queen, I would go talk to the queen.
the queen is busy
Yeah.
preparations,
That's what I figured.
celebrations. The king is rearranging mining shifts and figuring out how
Yeah.
to excavate this place.
All right, I figured.
They'll be occupied. They do have an archivist.
Ooh, yes. That will be information I would like to talk to.
Would you like to? Okay. So you want to go? You're going to go find the archivist.
Yep.
What do you? Are you still at the army, or have you moved on?
I'll move on to just touring going through, see what
Just
other kind
seeing
of
the
things there
sights.
are. Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing, Faust and Toriel?
At the moment,
You are
recuperating.
fatigued at the moment, by the way.
Yeah.
You could take a 2-hour nap.
I have a level of exhaustion.
You could take a short rest.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Charles just gonna watch over him right now.
Okay. Toriel's going to be concerned.
So, archivist.
All right. You approach a particularly short dwarf who has more gut than muscle and a long white beard.
Hello there, friend dwarf.
It's been a long time since I've seen one of your type here.
Apparently been a long time since my kind have been here.
What can I do for you? We've learned a couple tricks, he says, indicating. So he's got memory crystals of a sort, but they're inscribed into a tree. And there's runes in a tree, and you presume that touching a rune would have the same effect as a memory crystal.
Fascinating. May I?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll reach up and touch one.
You touch one, and you begin to see the history of the founding of this settlement.
That's actually exactly what I wanted to know, so...
Hey, what do you know? Well, turns out they're very proud of their history.
How long ago was it?
So,
Oh.
the dwarves moved in here about 5 centuries ago, it seems. They were moving further south down the mountains. There was a dispute, apparently, between them and the High Elves over land rights, and the High Elves ended up winning out, and there was a bit of a war, and the dwarves were forced to move south. Part of the reason that they don't like them so much.
I mean...
And they found an intricate system of natural caverns, an ancient underground city that they figured they could convert to their own purposes.
I found that I did it last moment.
We literally pushed them into our old house.
Yes, you accidentally pushed them into their.
Wow. Hi, neighbors. We're moving into your house. Get the fuck out. Oh, our old house is down there. Go ahead and have it.
Yep.
Who did they do this with?
Dwarves.
Nice.
The Wood Elves were a small tribe that already lived there, and it looks like there were some. And the Wood Elves had lived there, from what you can tell, ever since the High Elves left.
Okay.
But they were all on the surface and never delved deep, and were never much more than hunters and gatherers in the area. It looks like, at first, the tensions were very high. Dwarves and were leery of the elves, but at the same time, having been ousted from their lands and low on resources, the Wood Elves taught them how to live off the land here, helped them gather food, resources, helped them stay alive on the surface while they dug into these ancient caverns. And after about a century of negotiations, they decided to cooperatively build this city, based just underground, and they planted a magical tree that would grow to unusual size. Originally, the idea was that the elves would live in the tree and the dwarves would live underground, but
They mingled.
They sort of mingled and occasionally intermarried, and so there are half elf, half dwarves. Like, not a bunch, but they're not unusual.
I imagine they don't I imagine it's just hard to get that to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot more married elves and dwarves than there are children from the
Children,
union.
yeah.
It seems like only one out of 100 married couples will produce children.
Yeah.
Which includes the king and queen, apparently.
Yes.
So, pulling my hand back.
And
Oh.
this is the first king and queen to be married.
Yeah.
Usually it's simply 2 sovereigns reigning one from each race. This is the first time that they've been, a king and queen properly.
Pulling my hand back. A long and storied history. Which is a shame that our kinds are not quite on more friendly terms.
Ah, well. None of the dwarves from that era are still alive, so we're willing to let bygones be bygones.
Well,
to a degree.
if my kind weren't quite so isolationalist, we could probably learn quite a bit together. Regardless, I do have a question for you, and perhaps you might have more information in these memory crystals for me.
I will say you had to hold the memory crystal for about 30 minutes to learn all that because
Yeah.
the inefficiency of visuals.
30 minutes is like 2 seconds to a high elf.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's like you're just like,
I
close
just,
my eyes.
I just
You were still on-
continued
you were-
the conversation from
you
where I
were
was
still on the same train of thought after you let go of the
Yeah,
crystal.
it's like... he might have wandered, but I didn't.
No, he doesn't look like he walks much.
No, I mean mentally, like, from that dialogue bit.
He might have, but he looks like he's pretty.
Yeah.
He,
But,
he might have been he might have been born right after these events.
Yeah.
He's dwarven lifespans are almost 500 years, and he's right at the tail end of it.
Yeah. But I do have a query for you. My companions and I have heard tale of a legendary weapon referred to as a hero axe.
Ah, the hero's axe.
Yes.
Done aught a mighty deed. He points at several runes. It was wielded by Thrag about 300 years ago. Slayed an ancient evil dragon with it, he did. He tried to leave it to his son, but his son was a little loose with the women. Axe was stolen, then wielded by Ethel the Unready.
He wasn't ready.
Ethel is ever unready. People named Ethel are always unready.
Small human girl thought that having the axe would make her great. The axe didn't like her much, and she was set upon by a band of harpies.
Rip.
Killed by the harpies. They didn't know what the axe was. It didn't reveal itself, and they let it be. A young wood elf picked it up, carried it with him in his travels. He was a lumberjack until one day
Yikes.
his village was raided by undead. Taking his trusty axe, he slew the lot of them. He became the undead bane for nearly 2 centuries.
Galadir really likes the idea of Faust having this axe now.
Hey,
Go from undying to undead bane.
I mean, Undead Bane, I still kill the undead and then take their essence. They're just dead now.
Unfortunately for him, he got a little arrogant and decided to raid an entire coven of vampires. A vampire wielded the axe next. I'll give you 3 guesses where he got it from.
This might be a long shot, but I'm assuming the boy.
Aye. A vampire named Katrina wielded it for almost till the present day. She was slain very recently. Don't know what did her in. But the axe is happy, I hear. The queen might know. She is more up to date with current events. She's a young'un, only 231 years.
Very well. I'll have to ask at the banquet this evening.
Any other stories of our kind I can regale you with? You're looking for sentient artifacts, are you?
Indeed I am. Is there any that's...
Oh, there's an ancient dwarven artifact.
Really?
We call it the Tankard of Bravery.
We need one of those.
Tankard. Bravery. Go on.
Tankard of bravery is always full of the strongest brew you can handle. One swig of it, and you become full of not only great deeds of bravery, but great power to achieve these deeds.
And where might one find it?
Oh, it's the king's.
Well,
Solves that problem.
solves that issue. Fascinating.
Maybe we can borrow it.
Pledge yourself to the king.
Don't think so.
That would be the best option, actually. It's like here you go, Faust. Have a drink. Fascinating.
Faustus knew this whole eating thing. What makes you think he's gonna drink alcohol?
For the rest of your life.
Maybe not.
Fascinating. Any others that you might know of?
Well, I hear the druids have a few. That crazy lady Tsendol has an entire collection of them.
Yes, but they're not quite fond on sharing.
No. There's another druid. Not a popular one. Don't know his names. I can't seem to get a hold of it. Or an image of what he looks like. Only vague stories of him.
Is he particularly hard to find information about, then?
Yes! A lot of people say he doesn't exist. Just a myth. Can't scry him out or anything. But
Out of curiosity, would he happen to have any rumors about socks?
Orca just looks at you like you're insane.
Well, it was a valid question.
There's not a lot of legends as it is. I don't know why his socks would be irrelevant.
No, it's not his.
But I hear he spirits away particularly dangerous ones.
Let's go there.
Actually, that's a point. I still have that crystal.
I don't know if Elrin
Eat
would
the
willingly
crystal.
give you.
I mean, if he wants me to save the world, he's gonna have to.
Well, you don't know yet, so... Or you don't have the
Yeah, he
idea
doesn't
yet.
tell
You're
you,
sleeping.
Actually, that's a good chance
Right now, you're more focused
On surviving, yeah.
Yeah, your survival instinct is kicked in. It's going to take you a couple days to think straight.
Yeah.
Well, then. Thank you for this information. I have a few new ideas, actually. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Oh, almost forgot.
Certainly.
The Emperor.
He's dead.
Oh! Good news for all.
Yes, indeed.
Well, if you could get a hand on anything he's held, I bet you that would be full of power.
I can get a hand on pieces of his hand.
The gold. Yes,
His
we
hand in
used
your
to.
pocket.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't, but
They do.
Yeah, he does. I spent most of mine.
you spent all of it.
Well, I got like
Rumor
I got
has
a
it
few
his
coins.
circlet. It's a powerful artifact.
I think it was destroyed along with him.
Did you find a way to destroy the artifacts?
Uh,
Or no, I think you gave them to.
I think Elrin's holding on to them.
No, I think Melodius has them.
Melodious, yeah.
Melodious has
One of the diamond, or the diamonds, yeah. One of the diamonds has them.
Melodius is not a diamond. He's an ally of the diamonds, but the only diamonds that Elrin's the only diamond that you know of proper, aside from
It also makes you weird.
Dane is a diamond. So
That's okay.
Well, that makes you insane.
Yeah, that's okay.
you could use the Emperor as your patron,
No.
Or the Emperor's circlet.
which is literally his sentience bound to an item.
Use
Yeah, that's fair.
Elrin as your patron.
No.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure
It'd
speaking
be
to you.
interesting, but no.
Well, have fun at the banquet.
Will you be there?
Oh, I might toddle down. Lots of good drink.
That's as I understand it, yes. Well, I look forward to seeing you later then.
You
Waving
too.
goodbye. And I'm going to head back up to Faust's room.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and see what everybody's doing.
You've wandered through the palace. There's a lot of fascinating cultural nonsense.
Yeah.
They have some pretty intense training grounds.
bravery. I think you'll like this.
No.
You see someone. You see a young elf trying to teach Gora how to shoot a bow in a straight line, which she's doing decently at. She's able to hit still targets at the moment. They've got a target that's on a moving pulley, and whenever there's a gust of wind, she can't hit a darn thing. But,
She's getting a start.
she's getting a start.
That's good.
At one point, she gets a little frustrated, and she pulls out her dagger and hurls it and hits the thing dead center. I'm not sure if it's beginner's luck or because she's had the dagger longer. You suspect beginner's luck.
Interesting.
She'll also tell you how close the target is to her that she was able to hit it with a dagger.
Yeah.
She can't throw a dagger that far.
Yeah.
30-60.
So, anyway, you rejoin and go down to the banquet.
Yeah. I'm gonna-
Well, I'm going to talk to him before the banquet.
You rejoin up at your chambers.
Into.
I like that you're answering my door for me. I appreciate it.
Well,
You see Faust actually laying down in a bed.
are you awake, Faust, or are you
I
simply
am.
staring at the inside of your eyelids? Good. I have information for you. A couple of
Yes.
things, actually. Other alternatives to the things we've discussed previously. I believe you have a crystal that communicates with a powerful druid. One about whom there's very little information out in the wild, and about whom it is hard to ascertain information.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, he may possess items of power that you might find useful.
Oh, that'll be a fun conversation. He is indirectly responsible for me losing my capacity anyway, and if he wants me to continue saving this world, he'll need to remedy that.
Certainly. Also, alternatively, the hero's axe, you might enjoy this, was most recently wielded by a vampire. and is reputedly also known as Undead's Bane, or at least one of its wielders was. The irony of that is quite amusing.
It is perhaps fitting as well.
There's also something about the tankard of bravery, but that's apparently an item of the king's.
Yes, no. But thank you for the information. As he reaches into his robe and pulls out the crystal. Elrin.
You sound particularly dour right now. Does
Yes.
that mean you're in a good mood? It's always hard to tell.
Would you like to guess why?
Well, I'm not in your area at the moment like usual, so I'm not actually sure.
Grimgaw is dead.
Oh, good.
Grimgaw is dead.
I mean, that probably takes you off a bit, but it's probably better for the world that way.
I need a replacement.
I mean, I'm pretty powerful.
We both know that wouldn't work.
Darn.
that would be
My brother keeps telling me I can't get followers.
Pledge yourself to Sonaris.
I suppose that would make you a cleric, not a warlock anyway.
Claiming yourself to be a god.
I mean, not directly.
interesting.
Suddenly you hear a lightning bolt strikes, shockingly near Elrin, wherever he is.
Somehow I don't think your god appreciates that.
I mean, you have good days, you have bad days.
I need an artifact. I'm done with things that can deceive, betray, or be taken from me.
I mean, I appreciate the sentiment. What are you looking at getting? Oh! There's this totally sweet item for you. The King of the Dwarves has this tankard.
No.
Oh my goodness, no! You don't understand. It's fabulous. No, have you ever taken a swig out of the thing? It's hilarious. It makes you have the worst ideas ever. It's like the worst sort of drunk in the world. And it makes you powerful enough to do it. It's crazy.
I'm certain that would be entertaining for you.
Ooh, maybe I can give it to Duncan. That'd be... you've given me ideas now.
I'm glad that I've given you some inspiration, but I need something more along my lines.
Most of the items I'm thinking of are spoken for. I don't think Dane's gonna lend you his axe.
Does he hold the hero's axe?
Yeah.
Dane.
That answers
that
one question.
Oh, dang, right.
Yeah. Dane got a new girlfriend, and now they're infatuated, and he's not doing what I tell him to, and he stopped answering his crystal.
Well, if you want me to continue saving the world from eternal damnation and flames, I will need some new power source.
Well, unfortunately, Dane is still using it. So, new power source. There's a Death Tyrant over here, but I don't recommend you go for that.
Looks like we're
No.
killing a Death Tyrant.
I don't have the power to bring him low enough to take his phylactery for my own either.
And I'm not letting you use the staff.
I wouldn't want to.
Melodious might have something.
Can
He's
you...
not fully transparent with me. I don't think he trusts me for some reason.
You can't get into Fenris's home, can you?
Who's Fenris?
That's that question.
Well, there's a good bit of information.
Wait, no, who's Fenris?
Tell you what, get me a new power source and I'll tell you everything. You know I don't make deals I can't keep.
Fenris. I don't know if Fenris. He shouldn't be part of the Chaos Lotus if I don't know him, so it's probably fine.
He's the one who orchestrated the death of Grimgaw.
Really? How powerful is he?
Strong enough that I couldn't feel a connection. And also, to quote him, lead stops cell signal.
So... I don't know of Fenris in the Chaos Lotus, but he's gotta be. Unless he's independent.
I don't suspect it's his true name.
No, I don't think it is at all. What's he look like?
Small, gnome-like, death-like.
Don't! I don't recommend that you ever deal with that man again.
He has the staff.
This word's not going to mean anything to you. But that man is what's called a guahake.
A guahake.
Yes.
Hey, Guahake. As in more than one.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them. They're really hard to read, and they're really evasive. Sort of like I am, but evil.
And I don't suppose you can get one of the many legendary artifacts he has on his walls.
No. Just be careful. They like to orchestrate funny things to happen. They don't have an agenda. They're not out for some greater evil or for some sort of power. It's also rumored that while there are supposedly multiple, they're all incarnations of the same being. So it's hard to say if it's a guahake or the guahake.
¿Por qué no los dos?
I'll give you his location if you can find me a new power source.
Of course, always deals with you. I don't know what I can do, but I'll see. Keep in touch.
I always am.
So, Death Tyrant.
No. It will kill us all.
Well, that solves one problem. Our worries are over.
I mean, I don't suppose the Death Tyrant actually needs to be dead for you to have its phylactery, does it?
I am also surprised that it even has a phylactery. But a Death Tyrant is merely a beholder who has dreamed it has conquered death.
Oh, I know. They're one of the few things more arrogant than my kind.
I mean, Grimgaw was actually the exact same thing, so no.
Grimgaw, by that point, though.
True. By that point, your kind were like, whoa!
Yeah, by that point, Grimgaw was no longer my kind.
Your kind was like, all right, one step too far.
Yeah. Also, I don't know Grimgaw was my kind.
Oh yeah, yeah, because none of you bothered reading I'm sure one of you would have checked the thought crystal and got the same information that the paladin.
I got the same information because I was watching.
Yeah, and there was a thought crystal outside the door. I presume somebody would have touched it.
Oh, I didn't know there was a thought crystal outside the door. You never described it.
Ye did it.
I would have touched it then.
You would have got the same information ye did.
Okay, that would have changed a lot of things that I've done. But that's fine.
Basically, all it means is you know that
That Grimgall was one of us.
was high elf.
Yeah.
And that they sealed her away because she was studying things that needed to not be studied.
Yep.
And she had gone steps too far and raised herself as a lich.
Yep. And all that knowledge was just gone. Good thing that paladin's dead.
As far as you know.
I'm confident he's dead. So yeah. Well then. The archivist mentioned the Emperor apparently had some powerful artifacts, but I assume they were destroyed when you destroyed him.
Well, not all of them, but most of them are attuned to his raw madness and should not be touched.
Where are they?
Hidden away.
By someone you trust?
Someone trustworthy. I don't trust anyone.
That's not convincing. Anyways. Well, we can look into... Oh, did I hear... I know I heard his half of the conversation. Did I hear Elrin's half of the conversation too? No? It seemed like somebody has the hero axe, or...
Yes, one of the diamonds... Sorry. One of an organization trying to save this world.
Don't suppose you'd be willing to part with it.
Likely not.
You could always ask.
If I encounter him, I shall.
Well...
You do remember the last time you encountered him, he was on the other continent.
Yeah, so I don't expect to unless we teleport back there.
If we can. Well then, shall we prepare for the feast? Perhaps the king or queen might have information as to another power source.
Yes.
Alright. You, they do have a tailor there to get you wardrobed up, but most of you, I think, are wearing some pretty fine vestments.
Yep.
By fine, I
to
mean...
clean them all up.
Tarrell's going to use that hairpiece to make her hair fancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. You're not fancy. You go down. It's a grand banquet hall, carved elaborately out of stone with a massive wooden table, solid mahogany all the way down.
Mahogany.
Covered in every kind of food you could want. There's rich and hearty stews. There's light, airy breads. There's fruits. There's meats. There's jerkies. There's every shade of beer and mead and wine. Not a lot of water. It's there, but it's not popular.
I drink it.
You alleviate the room of having too much water in it.
Yeah.
Like, even the children drink the beer and wine.
Not your child.
Not, probably not your child. Gora is offered a much lighter ale.
If she wants it, she can take it. And the instant Gora is in the room, by the way, Faust is like straight backed as if there's nothing wrong with him at all.
Roll me a performance check. You still have the acting feat, so.
Yep.
Have
it's
your
not
advantage.
super great. Oh, yeah, I do have advantage. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, that's much better. 19.
You're able to straighten your back, pull your shoulders back, lift your head up, and refocus and ignore the pain. You notice that there is a kids' table where Kai is sitting with several of the younger ones, and at that age, like, it's all kids around his age or younger. They appear to mostly be having, it's not water. You're not sure what it is, though. It doesn't smell like beer.
They're having milk.
Is it
It's
sweet?
not milk. I don't know. Do you drink
I
some?
don't know.
Milk.
I'm gonna drink everything right down the line.
All right. First of all, are you gonna start? Which end are you gonna start on? The light end or
The
strong
dark end.
On what?
The dark end.
All right, roll me a
you know.
Constitution saving. Roll a Constitution check, just a raw con check.
Con check. Under?
Yeah, what do you want under?
Gotcha. 4 out of 16. Yeah.
You down it in epic dwarven fashion. bam, 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 all of them down until you get to whatever the kids are drinking. You slam back. It's a weird, sweet taste. It's birch beer.
Okay.
It's not carbonated, obviously, because that doesn't exist yet.
Shucks. That's
But
good stuff.
it's really good, and it's really sweet.
Mm-hmm. How fun.
The king and the queen sit at the end, and there are seats set aside for you right by the king and queen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit over there.
You sit over there while Duncan just kind of walks around
I'm
and
gonna
takes
walk around
all.
and drinks. And the jerky. I'm gonna do a lot of chewing.
You're not the only one doing who eats that sort of way. There are lots of people who just sort of drift around, talking to
Yep.
people, grabbing
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
Are any of you drifters, or are you all sitting?
Faust is definitely sitting.
Yes, Faust is definitely sitting.
Charles is gonna sit.
I'm sitting as well. I'll be sitting next to...
Gora will take Duncan's seat, which
Yep.
is next to, presumably next to Faust.
Yeah.
And Kai, do you let Kai sit over at the kids' table,
If he wants to, yeah.
or like he'll run up to you and he'll sit in your lap.
Then he can come sit.
He'll sit in your lap.
Okay.
He'll reach for your. What are you drinking?
Probably wine.
He'll reach for your wine.
She'll slap his hand away.
An amused servant will slip him another one of the
Okay.
birch drinks.
Oh,
I'm glad that you were able to join us.
of course.
Is there anything else we can be of service to you? She says. As
Potentially.
you begin eating.
Potentially.
There is definitely a matter which any aid would be appreciated in.
Of course.
My source of power has
Just to
been...
clarify, you do feel a very strong eminence of power, being a warlock. You're attuned to this,
Yeah.
coming from
From the tankard.
the king's tankard.
Yeah.
Like, that is a shockingly powerful magical
It's a
artifact.
potent tankard. I'm not using it.
I'm just letting you know.
You don't have to have it on you to be attuned to it, or to be drawing power from it.
It helps.
It definitely helps, especially with artifacts.
I mean, if
so
a hex
is the king-
blade
is
can
the
draw
king
power
not-
from a blade in the Shadowfell,
Yes.
But
Is the king knocking
the
that
tankard
back
isn't
pretty
quite
regularly, or-
sentient. It's just made of
No,
metal.
No, it's
it's
sentient.
sentient.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The tankard has opinions.
many of them, and it will encourage you to do all of them.
But my
The tankard has.
source of power...
I'm using my cup, by the way, Austin. I'm using my mug for all the drinks.
Is there anything special about your mug?
It renders any alcohol in it non-alcoholic.
All right.
So I'm drinking with the dwarves. Like I'm like dwarvish drinking, filling the mug up, drinking it, filling the mug up, drinking it.
Roll me a charisma check. Raw charisma.
1.
Outdrink the dwarves.
You are doing this. Not only are you doing this, but you're catching on to the way the dwarves drink, and you're doing it in spectacular fashion. And you are single-handedly reversing the reputation of your people among the dwarves.
And maintaining my composure the whole time. Just
It's the
Right,
the,
well, anyways.
the Lord of the Rings thing. It's like I feel a slight tingle in my fingers. I think it's affecting me as Gimli passes out. But as I was, my source of power was destroyed in the conflict below, and beings of my approach, I need a new source before I'm able to continue on my endeavors.
The queen will look at you interestingly. Are you trying to hide that you're straight up a warlock? Or
No, not all warlocks are evil.
No, they're not.
hashtag not all warlocks.
But they're not typically trusted.
I just saved your goddamn city.
Which is why you are still allowed in this banquet hall. She looks at you. I suspected as much. No, my husband's tankard.
I don't want your husband's tankard.
I wouldn't figure you for the type. It's surprisingly powerful, though, she says, leaning in. He gets some of the worst ideas while drinking it. I wish I could get him to part with it. In fact, if you wanted to get rid of it, I will find a way to slip it to you.
I mean, we do have
I
a member
didn't
of our
hear that,
party who
unfortunately.
would in love to have it, though. I say, looking over at Duncan. who's
Yeah.
wandering around
I'm
eating and
wandering
drinking.
around and tipping back another one.
Duncan could do a great many things with it, but it is not within my sphere of power.
Shoots over the computer. Are any of you particularly clever with sleight of hand?
I look at Tarell.
I look at Tarell.
like raises a hand.
When the dessert round comes around and most of the dwarves are passed out, I will arrange for an accident to occur.
I mean, I can help with that, I say, drinking from my mug and still not being affected by alcohol at all.
Actually,
does
could
she
you
want
challenge
me
the
to do?
king to a drinking contest?
She's going to slip
take
something
the-
to you, and you're just going to receive it.
Okay.
I mean, I figure just by being near the king and drinking heartily, I'm already in a drinking contest with him.
Oh, I forgot how.
One that he
sleight of hand
can't
was.
win.
Dwarves are... he can, actually, because your
was
stomach can
his.
only hold so much liquid.
Yes. Eventually, you got to go. You got to take a leak.
All right.
Okay, use the bathroom, but just continue on.
Are you challenging people to a drinking contest at this point? Like, just sort of... Not... You don't have to say it. You're around
Yeah.
dwarves.
Yeah, no, without saying anything, certainly.
All right, who's partaking in the drinking contest?
I'm walking around. I don't know. If I see that that's happening, I'm
You
going to go
see
sit
that that's
down.
happening.
Nobody,
All right.
by the way, none of you know, because I never explained it, none of you know that my mug works like this.
All right, everybody roll me a raw con check. You get advantage.
Just because you're just drinking water.
A-
Advantage for you is going to
You
take the
wanna
lower
go
one.
under.
I
So you take the
want to take the lower one. 1.
As soon as I sit down, I just fall over.
When you roll,
19 out of 16.
yeah, you're.
I've been
keep
walking
pace
around.
with the elves, and you've already had some drinks.
Yeah, I've already had a few of
No.
them, so like, by the time I sit down, I'm about ready to
How
tip
well do you
over.
know your limits? Do you let yourself? Do you
I've-
stop yourself before you pass out, or do you
Yeah.
let just? Okay,
Yeah.
roll me a wisdom check. Raw wisdom.
Raw wisdom?
Yeah, you have to know your limit. To know you know your limits.
This frail wizard just glug glug glug.
All right, you know you're at your end, and you're feeling real happy. So you're gonna stay conscious.
Yeah.
Um.
I just switched over to birch beer and give up.
With advantage, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
With the extra sugar in my head.
So you're downing it. Everyone else is downing it. You've gotten past like the first half of the dwarves. Mm-hmm. Round 2.
That was an 18 and a 2.
All right. Your bladder is under your full control right now.
I'm not only a wizard, but a high elf.
Most of the dwarves have passed out. It's just you and the king, and he's moved out of his big fancy seat to sit directly across from you.
I just like this very calm.
All right, one more, yeah.
1.
You're downing. You feel a need to pee, and you're like, nope, not right now.
Busy.
Roll another con check.
While this is going on, I'm going to
5.
stagger over to the dessert bar.
All right. Now you're feeling the need to pee, and it's starting to push up against your throat because you're full. You're full of water.
I'm a very tall person, though. I have a lot of carrying capacity.
You're a tall glass of water, yes.
You're not a broad one, though.
How's the king
There's
doing?
still pressure.
Somehow the king is drinking more than you, and he is flabbergastingly drunk, but seems to be in full consciousness. Roll me an intelligence check.
Under or over?
Under.
Oh, 12 out of 20.
You seem to recall that this mug gives you the capacity to follow up on all of your bad ideas, which means that you think that he can't lose a drinking contest.
Well then, so at this point, I will go.
Take a look.
I'll look out at the rest of the table. I fear that I am at my limit and must concede to your good king.
Bam! Wham! Wham! Yep. He won the contest,
That's
which
all
was
that
the
counted.
requirement.
That's the only-
And then I take another drink.
You take a sip and roll me a Constitution saving throw. No advantage, and this is a saving throw.
Saving throw. I'm good at those. As I excuse myself to the
You
bathroom.
see, he's dripping all the way.
I'm fine. What are you talking about? 18.
You need to use the restroom.
You get to the bathroom without soiling your
It's like,
robe.
boom, bam, excuse me. Whoa!
You dimension door to the restroom.
Thunderstep.
You book it out of there. There's riotous laughter.
I don't care.
It's the good kind of laughter. They like you.
Yes. No. It's not. They're not laughing at you. They're all drunk.
Yeah.
And this was hilarious. And roll me a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Do you have advantage because he's passed out?
Because half the room's
Well,
passed out.
there's other people looking.
Most of them are passed out. Hey, you didn't need it.
Oh, natural 20, and that's 33.
The queen rolled a natural 20 sleight of hand check to slip it to you.
So
What is it?
no one sees where the tankard goes.
it's
It's
a-
gone.
The tanker
Massive tankard.
Okay.
And you managed to just slip it into your stuff.
And if we want to
my
hide it permanently, Faust is sitting next to you.
It fits in your stuff because this was a bad idea. And you would have made it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, like Faust can put it in his coat of holding. If you
Oh,
slip
you-
it, you could
Yeah,
actually
I'm
slip it
sitting
into
next
it.
to you, so
Okay, she's gonna slip it to Faust.
just gone.
It's gone. As it touches your hands, Faust, you hear in your head, "Hey, I got a great idea.
No, you don't.
I've got a fantastic idea. No, what are you doing? No!"
I got a great idea. No, you don't.
A great idea.
Oh no!
Great
All right. The night
idea.
after all the dwarves passed out, the elves bring all this sophisticated entertainment in, and they begin eating highbrow desserts and playing just some really nice meat. Like it's not like high elven sophisticated. It's more like acrobatics and Cirque du Soleil type thing.
I returned from the bathroom.
There's a performance that you much prefer to drinking contests going on right now.
That's fine. Yeah. Sit
Duncan,
back.
did you submit to drinking more? Or have you?
No,
just
no,
stopped?
I would going for the desserts.
Roll me a con check.
He's just wiggling off to
One.
the side.
You have sobered up.
Yeah,
Like you
you got a lot of sugar in my system. Like at least I'm wide awake.
You've sobered up.
Sit back down next to you guys and the queen. Well, that was bracing.
There's acrobats going on. There's fire breathing. There's lots of lively music.
So Taro wants to go.
How much have you had to drink?
Them up. Not much really. She just sipped like a glass of
Roll
wine.
me a performance check.
All right. Aw, 19.
That's low for you.
That's really low for me.
You're able to keep up with most of them. You know, you don't detract from the show.
Blend in well.
You're very good. But the caliber of acrobat here is also very good. So
Oh, it could be better.
And I will sort of sit back down with the queen and once I'm back.
you'll notice the queen is on her second glass of wine.
Yep, I go back to drinking slower. Well, actually, I swapped the mug out for a regular chalice of wine at this point. I'm not trying to hide it either, because all the dwarves are drunk.
She smiles at you.
Well then, my queen. We are still, of course, looking for a solution to our friend's problem. You wouldn't happen to know of any artifacts of great power roaming the lands?
There was a young man who had the hero's axe, but I believe he left the continent on a quest for some reason.
I am aware of Dane's location, and unfortunately, he is not likely to relinquish the axe.
Well, no, he wouldn't be.
What of the
But the axe tends to change hands quickly and violently.
vampire that held it previously? They tend to hoard magical artifacts, do they not?
Katrina's coven. From what I understand, Dane was taken there. Was arranged to be a sacrifice in an effort to cover the entire world in darkness. I'm not entirely sure what became of it, only that the boy survived and took the axe with him.
Mm.
I can't imagine it means well for the vampires.
Certainly not, but in their absence, the coven may have left behind items of great power. Perhaps we could search there.
Perchance, they have a ritualistic meeting point. Vampires are not a social lot. They don't enjoy the companies of themselves. But they meet to discuss political matters. And it's rumored they do so along the coast around... There's a village called Mordavia.
I know where that is.
Roll
Right
me
next to Barovia.
Intelligence.
Well, Barovia exists everywhere. Under intelligence or
Under.
Adding up? 5.
You've heard of a small town called Mordavia. It's the Seattle of this world. It's always raining and gloomy and dark.
Okay.
It's on the western coast, and it's in a swamp.
So it's on the other side of Druid lands?
Druids are east.
Oh, that's right. Druids are east. I keep flipping it backwards in my head.
Yeah.
That may be a location to look into, then. Anything else you might think of?
The Emperor was rumored to have powerful items when he was alive.
As
I
unfortunately,
imagine
my allies appear to have seen to his death.
there is... She looks at you. There is a race of powerful extraterrestrial beings known as the Modron.
I'm familiar. Beings of law and ordning.
Order.
No, they make things. They
Yeah.
they order things. They are
Yeah.
they ordning. Ordning the verb.
Oh, okay. Ordering.
There's a rather delightful
Or-
specimen of
ordering
their
is a
kind that
different thing.
follows around Melodius. I'm sure you know him.
I do.
That might be a gateway to a power of law.
Perhaps. Though perhaps also a power of tedium.
I don't know with this particular model. He's
Unique, yes.
different. One might say broken, but given that his name literally translates to not broken in Gnomish, I wouldn't say that around him.
Well, if that seems like something you'd like to pursue, I can certainly get us back there, but I feel our task takes us back first to... What's the name of that town?
Shapier.
Shapier.
I'd rather not face Fenris without a source of power. But
Well.
we may need to.
I don't think we'll be facing him. We'll simply be acquiring that stuff.
He'll see that as an opportunity.
Potentially. Though I
But it
fear...
will perhaps give...
I fear that, regardless of your state of power, we would still be at a disadvantage.
It will give Elrin some time to consider options, at the very least.
Well then, we'll head there in the morning.
You gonna rest? Anything else you guys are doing tonight, or
Long rest so I can rearrange my spells.
right, party late into the night? Rest, and we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Alright, bye. Make sure to mute us.
Pew. All right, let's hit the right buttons. Hello, everybody, and we're back.
Yay!
So,
I have swapped out my spells for the day.
you've had a rest.
Oh,
It
you
rolled
okay?
over my toe, and it hurt.
You rolled over your own toe.
Yes, I did.
I do it all the time.
I backed over it. I'm good.
You okay?
I'm good.
She's gonna. She's gonna.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So, you all get a full night's rest
Yes.
in a comfortable bed for once.
I sleep on the floor.
This whole
throw-
this whole needing to sleep thing is the first thing I'm going to
I throw a
rectify.
blanket on the floor so I can't. I don't want to get used to being soft.
You sleep at once very soundly, and it frustrates you.
Yeah, because I'm not aware while I'm asleep.
I don't sleep.
Well, nobody's aware unless it's
I mean,
full moon.
elves don't always trance.
I
It
trance.
took me a second. I got it.
Trancing too much can have side effects.
Nah. We don't believe in those.
What are side effects?
What are side effects? Anyways, get everybody together in the morning.
All right, everyone gets together.
All right,
You are all served breakfast in your rooms, according to your kind.
So berries and
You get a lot of
A nice
fruits
salad.
and cheeses and some breads, and you get. We weren't entirely sure what to get you, so there's a lot of dead animal.
Fine. We will ingest dead animal.
You know, it's well prepared. There's also lots of breads. You and your son are served a more traditional fare, heartier food. You suspect it's dwarven,
I have the rest of that preserved anaconda.
and you have a lot of. There's Dragonborn are primarily carnivorous, so there's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Just straight meat, and it's much gamier meat.
There's an odd fruit somewhere in there.
And I've instructed you all to meet with me outside in the morning.
Right? Where do you meet? There's an archery range that's pretty wide and open.
Sure. I mean, don't need a lot of space. Just need 10 feet.
Oh well, there's 10 feet in these
10
rooms. These
feet?
are nice rooms. You guess these are ambassadorial suites.
Yep, sure. I'm telling. All right. Well then, shall we return to Shapier?
Must be on our way then.
I will warn you, this will be slightly startling. And I cast teleport.
All right, let me get the table.
Oh,
It's a place that I know well. I've been there before.
Yes.
well.
So it's only a 25% chance that we're not on target.
I just clicked on Warlock and not Wizard. One moment.
We're going high or low for that.
We want low.
Yeah, it's out of a...
Roll,
up.
roll under 75%.
Please.
Pardon? No. Sorry, I want low. You want high.
Okay, so roll above,
above
25%.
25%.
I got some bad news.
Fortunately, he has to roll really badly for us to get anywhere other than nearby.
You've seen my dice, right?
Did you mishap us
Describe where you wanted to go.
outside the inn that we had stayed at last? The same place that I teleported us away from.
You wanted to teleport to the same place you teleported away from.
Yeah. Or nearby.
From a different.
Not this time you teleported.
No. The same place that we teleported when we teleported away from Shapier last time.
All right. You appear. That's outside an inn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a die, and we're gonna find out where you end up.
On another planet.
No, it'll be somewhere he's been. Okay. You're in Elven Tower Summoning Circle.
Elven Tower Summoning Circle. Cool.
Can I tell which tower?
Not from the inside of the Summoning Circle. They're all kind of.
Unfortunately, I didn't tell you where we were going, so you don't know I got it wrong.
You said let's go to.
I just said let's go.
Sure.
I said this will
Okay.
be startling. I said we need to head back to Shapier, and then I said this will be
Roll me
startling.
a performance check to see how well you can pull this off. Everybody else can roll me insight checks.
Natural 20.
Insight.
But your charisma makes
Natural
that
20.
and your wisdom is higher than his charisma.
My charisma makes that a 19.
My wisdom's 13.
I have an unnatural 20,
An unnatural 20?
which means I rolled a 19 and got a +1.
But you...
20. I rolled an 18 and got it.
You're very convincing.
I just don't say anything.
But there used to be you being very... Yeah, you know.
We've been around you for
that
a few
didn't do what
weeks.
it's supposed to do.
I mean, I'm not really in a position to talk, so.
No, you're not. I'm not saying anything about that. You're in the wrong place.
I'll go see where we're at.
You are at the Elven Tower that you had been at originally, not the second.
Oh, so we're not actually that far away.
No, you're a day's ride out.
Okay. Well, it appears the day is right away.
Let's hope we don't get attacked by devils again, shall we? I mean, if we do, then I get a source of energy to siphon, but...
Shouldn't be a problem. But...
Alright.
Down to the tower.
All right. Now, your horses weren't included in that teleportation.
No, they weren't.
Because
So now you're horseless.
I mean, I never had a horse, so I didn't think about it.
Yep.
I said, get down,
I
get
would've
down,
thought about that
get
one.
downstairs,
Yeah.
get down like to
He
the
didn't tell you
bottom.
what he was doing. He said, "Come here, we're going." And
Yeah,
And then
none of
he
you knew I was.
proved.
None of you knew I was going to teleport us.
so I was too close and went.
Yep.
Okay.
I go down to the bottom of the tower and go, That's right. You all need horses, don't you?
This was a brilliant plan.
Preferable.
Well,
I don't need a horse, so I didn't think about it.
I don't normally need to sleep, but I think of it for the rest of you.
I don't think about that either. We're out of town. I will go.
You can buy some horses.
First, I'm gonna go ahead and pawn off these. Actually, we're in a very good place to be. I go pawn off the.
roll me a
materials.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
Swatch.
I rolled an 18, which makes it a 17.
ooh.
All right. You are able to find some decent buyers, and you're able to sell it at fair price. And you're able to sell 840 gold worth of it
All right. So
to a variety of merchants.
840.
Turns out it's hard to hawk 5,000 gold worth of stuff in one place.
That's fine. I have 840 gold, and I will use it to buy them horses.
Okay, it'll cost you 20 gold.
Fine. There. You have horses.
You're gonna go through a lot of horses.
Adventuring parties do.
All right, you head on.
Yep.
All right. Your ride is.
You want to give that thing to Duncan?
Not yet.
Okay.
To give
A thing?
what?
What thing?
Oh, the
The
tank.
thing we went to a lot of effort to get, and
Right.
I don't want to just be thrown around and cause problems.
Problems? What problems?
Is there?
Right. Why do we have it? I never understood that.
To get it away from the king.
The queen asked us to.
Okay, and she's all right with us taking it.
Yes.
She specifically asked us
She
to take it.
specifically wanted us to get it away from her husband. Because it gives people bad ideas.
And you want to give it to Duncan.
That's why I said I don't want to give it to him yet.
Okay.
I would.
You could at least draw power from it for now.
I don't think I want to do that either.
It could be hilarious.
Just don't listen to it or drink it.
Well,
I feel like a certain amount of that influence comes with drawing power from it.
You can't draw power from it and not drink of it.
Sure
Like
you
if
can.
you're holding it. It's sort of like, hey, alcohol, I'd like to get a light buzz from you, but I don't want to drink you.
It's just like siphoning power. Oh no, this power is made of alcohol.
Yeah.
The power is the alcohol.
It's like even if I just did my normal drain energy from a surface thing, I still get the alcohol.
Yeah. Alright, so you're going down like you do.
Like you do.
we do?
Roll perception checks, everybody.
Please tell me there's a
Okay.
solitary imp.
One imp.
One imp.
16.
Well. 14.
14? 16.
25.
12.
Everybody who rolled better than an 11.
Woo!
You smell death. Like,
Lunch.
How much death? Are we talking like death as a pate or death as a 3-course meal?
Also, are we talking death or undeath?
um,
Because undeath is useful.
it smells fresh-ish. It smells like a butcher's shop.
Ah, an abattoir.
I head towards the abattoir.
It's like last week.
I know, I'm getting flashbacks here.
Maybe we found the remains of the paladin. Let's find out.
It doesn't take long. Are you approaching quietly or boldly?
Inquisitively.
I don't think Duncan knows how to do anything
I
but
don't
boldly.
think I'm.
Anybody who wants to be quiet can roll me a stealth check.
12.
12.
Stealth.
What'd you get?
The only number on my
19.
dice
I got
right now is
19 on
8.
stealth.
Sorry.
Plus?
It's plus 9. It's
so
a 17.
17.
I'm just
So it's still
annoyed.
probably the
Because I've
highest.
rolled like
I
4
know. I got a
8s.
19.
You got 19?
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 too.
When I figured they were
the only number
stealthing,
on my
I
die
just
right now.
took it easy.
So I rolled a 9. Rolled a 9.
Maybe you switch dice.
I like this one.
Don't be
Usually,
superstitious.
Most days it likes me back.
All right. It doesn't take you
I'm currently without a
terribly
patron. I kind of
long
have to be.
find. There's several bodies of a large variety of creatures. They seem to be very fresh and almost uninjured. There's no blood on them. Their wounds are very clean and stitched, but they're all naked.
So what smells?
The dead thing.
You're not sure. Around them, it looks almost like there's blood on the ground around them. It looks like they were kept immaculate and they just got up.
Arcana for whether or not this is a mound of bodies monster.
Roll Arcana.
Yeah, I'm going to roll myself an Arcana here. Still proficient in that one.
25.
25.
It's not a mound of bodies. They just appear to be some sort of. They appear to be more akin to flesh golems.
Aha!
Flesh golems.
That's a source of energy.
It is
Do
an
you need to
amount of
capture this?
necromantic magic.
Well,
Do we need to capture this thing, or do we need to?
it's they're just lying around on the ground.
There's several.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are they just dormant, or
They seem to be
if they start moving,
dormant, but standing.
Oh, they're standing.
Yeah.
Duncan, would you approach, please?
sure.
I'm going to hold
draw
my
sword
action
and
to.
I'm
I'm
just
going
gonna
to hold
walk-
my action to disintegrate one if it attacks him.
All right. Any of
I'm
you else
just gonna,
reading actions?
I'm just gonna walk in and see.
She's going
Do
to
they start moving? Or?
you know what?
tell Kai to
Just-
kind of get back.
Carefully, I pull the mug out to see what it says.
As you pull the mug out, it's like, those are powerful. Hey man, if you take a swig, I bet you can take them.
I put it back.
You can take them. No! You can take them.
Tinser's
do I hear a voice
transformation
behind
in a
me?
glass, man.
It's like high school with peer
It's
pressure.
Marduk's challenge.
It
but
is.
But it's Marduk's challenge in a mug, not just the drink.
Duncan,
Yeah.
I have something for you.
I back away from the critters and.
I hand you a mug.
Are you sure this is time for this?
Yes.
What the heck?
You hold it.
I'm holding it. Does it start talking or?
Hey. I see we're going to get along so fantastically. Name's Gilbert. I know. Mage that made me was a little drunk when he did it. That's probably why he made me, come to think of it. But regardless.
Okay.
Those chumps over there,
Uh huh.
you can take them. But
Am I supposed to kill them or just capture them?
dude, you're supposed to make a bloody mess.
Bloody
Duh.
mess.
You're gonna make a show of it, right? Take a swig. Come
Okay.
on, I taste good.
I look at these guys. What the heck?
Go ahead.
All right.
training grounds.
Find out how this
Take a
works.
swig.
All right, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw.
You can
That's not
willingly
under-
fail if you
under
want.
13?
We're using
No, saving throw.
experiment
Saving
with
throw.
this.
Oh, okay, so
roll,
that's...
Yes.
roll the d20 and add your wisdom saving throw to it.
Right, okay, so
Alright.
12.
You got this.
Okay.
Those bodies, being all
Yeah,
like
they're...
dead bodies right there, they're asking
unarmed.
for a fight. They're
Unarmed.
asking for a fight.
Okay.
You have to give them a fight.
I swear that one called your mother fat.
I didn't know he knew my mother.
Apparently he does, and he thinks she's fat.
You gotta give him what for with that sword of yours.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run through. I'm gonna do a charge, and hit one of them on the way through.
All right. Roll me initiative, everybody, and
Okay.
you get advantage on your initiative.
Okay.
19.
Because the mug wants to make sure you win. Also, I'll look over. Tarell, I have something that would make your fire-breathing trick spectacular if you'd like to try it out on these.
What
Did you
is
take that spell?
I am a transmutation wizard. I've had that spell.
You have a hot pepper.
Yes, I do.
it? What is it?
Also, I don't need a hot pepper.
I feel like it's better if you have the hot pepper.
You know that thing that dragons do?
Yes.
I can make you do that.
How?
Magic.
All right.
All right, so combat started. So what did everybody get initiative-wise?
Hang on, I gotta...
19.
I got a
20.
17. That's like the lowest initiative roll I've had in a long time, and that was with advantage.
And what'd you get, Holly?
15. Rolled another 8.
I rolled an 8 and a 6.
That's all my die knows how to roll.
And
When I'm just rolling it, I'll roll other things. But when
All right.
I'm rolling it for... There's an
Galadier, you see the fighter charging.
I reach over towards Tarell and tap her on the shoulder and cast Dragon's Breath as a bonus action. I'm going to cast it at 6th level. So for the next minute, you can use an action to breathe out a 15-foot cone of... First I'll go, what color dragon do you like the best?
Let's go with green.
Green.
All right. For the,
That's a bad one.
Oh, is that a bad
They're
one?
flesh golems.
They're flesh golems. They're
Oh,
immune
Pick
to
a different
poison.
one.
Sorry. Don't know my choices here.
Red, blue, or white?
Let's go with blue.
All right. For the next minute, you can use an action to breathe out and do 7d6 worth of lightning damage in a 15-foot cone.
76.
How much?
7d6. 7d6.
76.
Wow. Okay. Electricity?
Roll an Arcana check, John.
Actually, yeah. Would I know if that'd be a bad idea?
It's a bad idea for flesh golems.
25.
They're immune to lightning.
Oh, they're
All
immune to-
golems
Oh.
are immune to lightning.
Okay, red.
We're gonna go with fire.
Yeah,
You know that fire is actually pretty much the only choice.
What about acid?
No.
Acid's okay.
My options are acid, cold,
Fire.
fire, lightning,
Flesh
or
golems
poison.
don't like being lit on fire.
Yeah, we're going with fire.
I mean,
Let's just
fire.
go with fire.
So, yeah.
She likes fire. Fire's
so,
good. Let's do this.
So yeah, you have a
You breathe fire
so
normally.
Yes.
For the next 15 minutes, you can use your action. Or sorry, for the next 10 minutes. Sorry, next 1 minute. I don't know. For the next 10 rounds. For the next 10 rounds, you can use your action to breathe a 15-foot cone of fire that deals 7d6 fire damage.
All right.
And it doesn't. And that's not a one-time thing.
You can just keep doing it for the next minute.
7d6.
All right.
Dex
Faust.
save for half.
save for half.
Um,
And it's versus. And the dex save is versus my DC.
well, I don't want to get too close to these things. He's charging. I'm just going to pull my horse around the side of them, use my bonus action to put Shillelagh on my staff, and just acid breath in a line across them.
All right. You can catch.
Is yours a line or a cone?
It's a line.
I thought Black Dragons was a cone.
Black Dragons is a line.
We'll go with you can catch 3. And what's it? It's a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save for half.
What's the DC?
I think it's...
Yours is reduced now because you don't have the amulet anymore.
No, it's my con. It's not my spell save.
Oh.
It's based on a different thing.
I think it's 8 plus your prof bonus plus your con.
Let me check.
Yeah, it is 8 plus your proficiency plus your con.
It might be my con. It might be another stat.
No, it's your con.
But yeah, we'll go with that for now, which is 12.
They made it.
What's
I
your,
mean,
wait, what's
my
your
con
proficiency bonus?
is my 4.
Yeah, be 12.
So they take half damage, I think.
Yes. Yes, was my con.
Transmutation wizards, by the way, we can do some fun stuff, but really what we do best is make our allies kill things better.
20 points of acid damage reduced to 10.
All right. And Duncan.
I'm just gonna run past the outside and just clip one of them on the way by.
Roll your 3 attacks.
I'm just gonna do a charge, which I can do one.
You can do all your attacks on your charge.
All attacks on a charge?
Yeah, when,
Well,
you have the charger feat?
No,
No,
I'm
you
gonna do a
use the charger
flyby.
feat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Okay.
charge feat. I'm gonna fly by and just hit one of them as I
So-
go
Okay,
by.
so that uses your
So
bonus
I-
action, but it's the one that gets the bonus damage.
Right.
Actually, no.
So
when-
I'm basically going to be like 20 feet behind him.
the charger feat, you make one attack
One
at the
attack.
end of your charge.
No, this is
The charger feat
this
lets
is-
you make, if you use your action to make a dash, you use your bonus action to make a charge attack.
And at the end of the charge, it's not a bonus action. It's just at the end of the charge.
Or I can also do a flyby and either make an attack or push him 5 feet
Yeah.
on the way by.
So that's what he's doing. So make
Okay.
your attack.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
fly
yeah,
by.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Drive by
stop.
hit,
I'm just
and
gonna
it
do a
gets-
drive by and be out of the circle so
and
that
it gets
they're
plus
not.
5 damage too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna hit one of them and be on the other side of them.
Do your thing. You probably hit.
19 hit.
Super hits.
Okay, so that's let's see.
These things are not hard to
And
hit.
Tara, just go breathe on them. See what happens. I'm sure
Okay.
you'll be happy.
Shoot. 6, 17. 17 points of damage.
Did you add your 2 and your 1d6? That's a +2 weapon.
Also, I'm putting
Yes.
I'm putting
Did you add
dragons.
your
Oh,
1d6?
wait.
I
6,
put dragon's
12,
breath in
14,
the circlet.
14.
Okay.
I rolled low,
Okay.
so it was, 14 points of damage.
All right. And Torel, what are you doing?
Get up close. Get as many of them in a 15-foot cone as you
Spit.
can.
Yep.
All right.
How
And they
many
get
of
to make
them
a
are there?
dexterity saving throw, I believe.
Yeah.
Pardon?
How many of them are there?
There are 5.
Okay.
As a cone, you can probably hit
Get all
all.
5.
All of
Yeah.
them,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, dexterity
That's-
saving throw.
Yeah, I'm not there, so.
Go ahead and roll 76. DC 18.
Yep.
Did they make it?
They didn't roll a 20. Oh no, they rolled a 19, so that makes it.
They don't have a negative.
Or-
That's fine. It's
an
just half
18.
damage.
It's DC 18.
Okay.
Yeah, they still
They
do half
rolled a
damage.
19 and they've got a -1.
Okay, sweet. All right, cool. So,
But it's still half damage.
Yes.
so you still roll 76 and just do half damage.
And then they're going to go,
12. That was not the best roll. 15.
and they don't like the being that
19.
is that halved or not.
No. It was not a good roll.
So 9.
That's fine. You can do it again for the next 10 rounds.
But it hits all of them, right?
It does.
Yes.
It hit all of
Yeah,
them.
so that helps.
All right. So
And they don't like taking fire
The
damage.
best part is if they hit her, it doesn't matter because I'm the one holding concentration.
that said, they don't like the person who breathes fire, so they're all going to charge you.
Yay.
So what's your AC?
19.
What's your college?
My what?
Bardic College.
War.
What is it?
War.
War.
Is it war? Okay.
And
No, I have it
because...
written down.
All right. So
Oh, I've used that as well. I should actually note that I used that spell.
what's your AC again?
19.
Okay. 6, 7, 8. All right. So the first hit deals.
Hold on. I don't have hit points written down on here.
Why don't you have hit points written
I
down?
have no idea.
What's your level?
What level are we at right now?
12. What's
'Cause
your
we
con?
just rolled it.
13.
What's your con modifier?
My
We're-
con
we're-
modifier
We're
is
at 13.
2.
We're at level 13, not 12.
Yeah.
Really?
Level up.
Your con modifier is 12 is 2.
2? Yeah.
So 13 times 5 or 12 times 5 is 60 plus 8 is 68 plus 26 is 74 94. So you have 94 total hit points and
I'm sorry. I
you're
thought
about
I
to
had
lose a
one.
lot of those.
Okay.
So take 10 damage,
Okay.
then 16 damage. Then 10 damage,
Hold on.
26.
36.
No, sorry, 30.
She's taken 10 twice.
Wait, how much damage have I
You're taking 36 now.
I've taken Okay. Right, I've got 36.
Another 16.
Okay.
So 52.
I will do all the math in a second. 52, you
So
said?
we're supposed to be at 13th level.
Another 16 damage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What are you down to?
Hold on. 68. I've taken 68 damage. So. Not good.
Take another 15.
Oh
Did they just all hit?
No. There were 2 misses.
83. I am at 11 right now.
Take 8.
Mm-hmm.
And last attack deals 10.
I'm at -7.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Conscious.
The zombies charge, or no, the flesh golems all charge and just tackle you into unconsciousness.
Sitting back in the back going, feel like that should have gone better.
And that was with disadvantage, too. Yeah, these things, they may have a terrible AC, but they're pretty good at hitting, and I rolled really well. And that brings us back to Galadir.
Well, that disincentivizes me from getting close.
You notice the things did not run, they do not move slowly, they don't move at all like zombies.
Yeah. Is there any debris around?
There's a bunch of small stones, there's a couple larger rocks.
What
It's a steppe-type
size
terrain.
would they be qualified as? Small?
There's a bunch of tiny ones in the earth. There's nothing larger than small that's not embedded in the earth.
How many small rocks are there?
What radius? Like 120 feet, I'm assuming?
Yeah, 120 feet.
Probably 3 small rocks. And
How-
then a bunch of tiny ones.
How many tiny?
As many tiny as you want.
And if they're, I don't think being embedded in the ground matters if they could lift themselves out.
They'd have to make a strength check to get themselves free.
They have strength.
Yes. They could free themselves, they just have to force themselves out.
Any that would be qualified as medium or large?
Oh, yeah. There are some big rocks in the ground.
Could I get 2... If I were to use animate objects, could I get 2 large and 1 medium?
Yeah.
I'm going to use animate objects.
All right.
Let me get to the right thing here.
And you're going to instruct them to get out of the ground and go attack, I presume?
Yep, I'm going to instruct them to rip themselves from the ground and attack. And I'm going to... We could theoretically get her up if somebody has a healing potion. So I'm going to leave Dragon Breath on her. And in the thing, and I'm just going to use this free. So,
Okay.
Cast spell at level 5. As a bonus action, I can mentally command any creature that I may with the spell. If the creature was within 500 feet of me, they are. I can command all of them at the same time. So I'm going to order them to basically move up to defend her and bludgeon the crap out of anything standing around her.
All right. So, 2 of them are able to wrench them. The 2 large ones are able to wrench themselves out of the ground and then move over. And the
Do I need to roll a strength check for the medium one?
I already did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And the medium one failed.
Okay.
So it's still stuck.
So the 2 large ones go over and hit 1.
Well, they had to use their action to get out of the ground and
Oh, did
move
they?
to get over there.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
They're there now.
I do not have potions on me.
And next is Faust.
Actually, let me check.
We should have potions on us. We bought a lot.
Yeah, no, I should.
Yeah, who bought those?
Fucking paladin!
Paladin too.
No,
Had a
he
bunch of
handed
those.
them out. He handed them out.
He handed those out, but
He gave everybody 2 basic level healing potions.
Yeah, so
Right.
Holly
Okay,
should
I
have
should-
2
I
on
haven't
her.
used them.
You
I
should
should
have
have
2
them
on you
on
as
me.
well.
Yeah.
You could run up and give her one, and then she could fire breath.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And Faust, while he's doing what...
How far away am I from the?
You're on a horse.
I know, but how far away am I from the lot of them?
By now, you're probably a good 60, 70 feet away.
Okay. Well, in that case, I need to ride the horse up to them.
You would have had to have been 30 feet away to Dragon Breath, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but they ran away towards...
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Although she was only 15 feet from them because it's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, but you drove specifically to keep your distance, so you're at the edge of your range, and then they charged in.
I will.
But I presume you didn't tell your horse to stop moving.
That's fair. I will ride up to her and feed her a basic healing potion.
You can't reach her from on the horse. So,
I know I'm going to have to
Flop
get off
out.
the horse.
So I'm going to need you to make... If you want to do this, you'd have to roll either acrobatics or athletics to dismount quickly enough to have time to shove the potion down her throat.
That's not good. But athletics is not bad. So 12.
12.
Sorry, 13.
You're trying something a little complicated. You can either catch yourself, or you can have time to give her the potion.
I'll take some falling damage.
All right. You take 6 points of falling damage as you land roughly on your shoulder,
Okay.
but you're able to shove a potion in her throat.
2d4 plus 2.
Gain 9 hit points.
Oh, yay. I'm
And
over
then-
You're
two.
at 9.
Then
No,
get
you're at
up and
9.
incinerate
I'm
these
at
You
things.
only go to 0.
Oh, fabulous. I'm at 9.
All right. Duncan, what you doing?
I'm going to head back and start beating him from behind.
Don't be in flamethrower range.
Roll attack.
It doesn't matter. I can take some damage. I'm just... first attack.
The breath of a dragon.
And don't forget that it's a +2 weapon, so you get +2 to hit.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, don't
Well-
roll a 1.
Well, I rolled an 18, so I should be able to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Because that gives you a 30 to hit.
Yes.
I'm at plus 12 on these things. Or
Okay, roll
I really
damage.
like
point.
this circle.
So damage
With a
increase.
1d6.
Just like,
Additional.
Yeah,
you,
one.
breathe fire for a minute. Rocks, go help.
Darn. Okay, so 17 damage on that shot.
All right, roll me another attack.
Yeah, 28.
Super hits.
You wouldn't happen to have dimension door, would
Damn.
you?
That's 16 points. Oh, wait. Plus
Yeah, it is
And this is 2d6.
17, 18.
18
18 points of
Dragon's
damage.
breath. Holly, Dragon's breath is an action, so
Alright,
you
is
can
that
still
guy
use your
still up?
bonus action to do
Roll-
things like
yeah.
healing word or
Okay.
bonus spells
First
that your
attack?
bonus action cast.
Okay.
You have healing word?
I do.
20?
Yeah, so you can still
20?
20
you
Yeah,
can
hits.
you can
Okay.
breathe on them and healing word
This will
yourself.
get 3d6.
Right. Okay. Much better. Okay.
I recommend that if you have any kind of teleportation magic to just get away from them because you have no health.
7.
And if you breathe fire on them, they will smash you
27.
again.
I don't
27?
have
Yeah.
any form
All
of
right,
teleport.
so-
Croaks.
I do,
This
but I don't
thing-
have my powers.
Frostbite starts crawling up its arms, and then there's an explosion, and then the thing shatters into a million pieces.
Also, he just killed one.
Would you like to kick somebody?
Yes, I'm going to kick the one next to it.
If you roll really well and they roll really poorly, you might kill them with your fire breath.
22 to hit.
He did somewhere in the realm of 60 damage to it before it
I
went
just
down.
yeah.
76
Alright, you
isn't a
hit.
small amount.
Okay.
That requires a
Still,
lot of high rolls
not-
to make 60, though.
Yeah.
Darn.
You can't make 60
You
off
can't
of
make
76.
60.
No,
The
no,
highest
six.
I can
That's
make
fair.
is 42.
Six.
Yeah,
6 points of damage.
All right. Any action surge, or are you done for the round?
Let's eliminate these things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Action
do an action surge.
Unfortunately, the cumulative damage only applies to a single
starting over.
target, so you got to
I
restart
know.
your d6s.
Yeah, that's fine. So, okay, starting
Next
with this
round.
one.
Ooh, can
Another
I soul cage the one he just killed as a reaction?
No.
It doesn't have a soul.
Yeah.
It's a construct.
It's a golem.
Also, Soul Cage only works on humanoids. It specifically calls out humanoids.
Does it?
Okay, the first hit.
I might let it work on a vampire, but certainly not a flesh golem.
Okay, that's fine.
16 points of damage on the first hit.
All right.
22 hits.
Yes, 22 hits.
Okay, second damage.
I
Darn.
will eventually fill this cage.
9, 17 points of damage on that one.
Okay.
I'm not rolling really well on this damage. Okay, another hit.
Not rolling very well, he says as he explodes one.
Well, my damage rolls are like mediocre.
It's like Crash.
10,
I didn't roll very
13.
well. 400 damage.
23 damage on that one. That's better.
3. All right. And do you get one? And your
Another kick. Ooh, 16.
Hits.
Does it?
Yeah, they think of a lot of hit points.
I can
and a
not miss.
9 AC.
I can almost not miss these.
Yeah.
But I've been
Then I
rolling
will
like
not
a lot
save
of
my
ones on my
6th level
damages.
spell, which
Oh,
is
this time
disintegrate.
not. 9 points of damage.
You exactly kill it.
Okay. Got rid of 2 of them.
You smash it down, and it starts to the ground. And it starts to get back up, and you just stomp its face, and its head explodes. You do notice, by the way, as you've destroyed this one, it has no blood at all.
Right.
It's very fresh. Like, the meat is still
Where'd
red,
the blood go?
but it has no blood.
I wonder where the vampires ended up.
Okay.
Drain a body,
And-
make a golem with the remains.
Torel.
Fire breath and healing word at the same time.
Healing fire. Ha!
Healing word on
All right.
you.
Healing word on myself.
The way that they're gathered, you would have to hit Duncan.
That's okay. That doesn't matter.
Okay,
Okay.
It really
That's
does.
like, bring it!
Duncan can take it.
I don't. I can,
With the swig he's taking from the tankard, Duncan knows he can take it.
Oh, yeah, no, Duncan's got this. All right. He fails. They have to roll a 19 or better to make this. They get advantage, but that doesn't matter.
Magic
they all
resistance,
fail.
but they fail.
Yay.
Yeah.
7d6.
A -1 dexterity saving throw is not...
I have the ability to spread damage out over 3 vectors.
It's better
That's a
than
much
this.
better looking roll, too.
Yeah, it's much better than the last one. 12, 17, 21.
If you ask nicely, I'll do this next
26,
time you have a
27.
performance and you can breathe lightning instead of
All
fire.
right.
And I'm casting healing word on myself.
All right. Cast healing word. Duncan.
much
What
Say
level are you
What
casting
do
it
I
at?
roll for that? Oh.
It's a number
Dexterity
of d4s equal to the level
saving,
you're
or-
casting.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
I would suggest casting at your highest level.
19.
You're a bard, so that should be
You
7th
make
level.
it, you take half of
Yes.
27, which
Yeah,
is
you just hit level 13, so you would have gotten your first 7th level spell.
Okay.
Right.
So a 7th level healing word is 7d4 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Or you can cast it at 6 and save that 7th level
And
spell once you figure out what
you
it is.
feel
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna cast it.
these guys need to be
Okay.
picking a
That'd
fight
be
on
64.
So roll an intimidate check
64 plus charisma.
Intimidation.
with advantage
Yeah. I,
94.
because
Here,
these
there
guys
are
need
2
to
right here.
need to get off the puny one. They need to fight the real man.
Thank you.
my proficiency bonus ended up increasing.
You just roll those
recently,
2
and I
3
didn't.
times.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've got 4 right now.
20 to
20. All right.
Yeah.
The golems have
7 plus 2.
somehow
7.
recognized you as a threat. They shouldn't be able to because they're mindless,
11.
but somehow this tankard has
I'm
made
up
you
to 20.
intimidate them.
okay.
The magic tankard.
Yeah.
Wait, which
The
one?
magic tankard doesn't abide by your laws of physics.
I mean, they have basic threat recognition.
It's a good thing that we have Duncan have the tankard and not Yi.
Ye wouldn't. I don't think Ye would do the tankard.
I mean, he might.
All right. So they're all going to attack you, but they're on fire, so they have disadvantage. What's your AC, Duncan?
19.
All right.
They're on fire.
Okay. 2, 3,
What's your AC?
4,
19.
5,
I have the lowest AC in his group by far.
6.
I
15.
haven't cast mage armor yet, so don't be so sure of that.
Duncan, you take 12 points of damage.
Okay.
You have this thing called a shield,
My armor class
and
is
a bunch of things wail on it.
14.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And,
when you put mage armor
you know how
on,
I said
it's
you
better.
how much?
Yeah,
did I
my
say?
mage armor
12?
is 17.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But we're at 14 right now.
my armor class is 15.
And it's
See?
back to Galadir.
Did
Alright.
my turn not happen?
Oh, sorry. No, you healed her.
No,
Yeah,
you
he
healed her, remember?
He did the heal.
Oh, yeah.
Top-
You rolled- yeah,
top
you
of the
rolled
line.
in.
Right,
He's
I'm
top
after
of the line.
Galadir.
You go after
Right.
me, yeah.
All right, Galadir. What you gonna do?
So bonus action, rocks do their thing. So the medium one tries to pull itself out again, and
And the other one's attack.
the other one's bludgeon some zombies.
All right, the medium one pulls itself out, and it does so in such an epic fashion. It doesn't get occupied by that movement because it rolled a 20.
Hey!
So all three of them get to attack.
Yay!
Hit.
And they're gonna focus down
Not
one
a
at a
one.
time. So
Not a 1. So
do you have their damage up, or do you need me to tell you what it is?
I have their damage up.
Good. Meanwhile,
The first one hits. Yeah, keep doing your thing while I do my thing.
I'm going to how weak do they look now that they've taken 2 fire breaths to the face?
They're looking shockingly healthy. These things are pretty tough.
Okay. Do I think 6d10 might be enough to kill one of them?
Probably.
I'm going to Steel Wind Strike all the ones that are remaining.
You can make a range melee spell attack against each of
So
them.
I just sort of hold my staff out and disappear, reappearing next to each of them and slamming them with my staff. How many of them are left?
3.
3?
The rocks were not able to take any of them down.
Okay. So
Though the first one is probably about to die.
28 to hit the first one.
Yes.
27 to hit the second one.
Yes.
And natural 20 on the third one. It is an attack, so I can crit.
Yes. Roll another 20 to see.
9.
All right. 9 is that, and that's an unmodified 9.
Yeah,
right?
it's an unmodified 9.
Cool. Let's see. This one is missing an arm. It's been removed very carefully. So
I'm going to go ahead and roll damage on the first 2.
it's a headshot.
Yay! Do I just home run this guy's head with my staff?
Potentially. Roll damage for the first 2.
Alright, first 2. 12. 12, 41. No. 12 plus 10 is 22, plus 9 is 31. 31, I was right. 31. Uh, 48 on the first one.
It's exploded.
Force damage, so just bam! Second one. 15, 30, 45,
All right. It's still up.
and third one. That's the crit.
Roll your damage.
14, 28, 48.
Times 2.
So 80. So 90,
96.
96.
You home run this thing in the head, and the skull gives out before the neck does. So its head explodes in a weird, completely not bloody fashion, but the brain is still in there. Just
It's like smashing a hollowed out pumpkin. It just caves in.
yeah.
So yeah, I disappeared from my horseback. You see me appear at the first one, bam. Appear at the second one, bam. Appear at the third one, wham. All with my staff. And I just set it back down.
All right. And Faust. There's one standing.
All of these bodies around me, can I very quickly siphon a spell slot off of one of them?
It would. Roll me Arcana.
I did just explode 2 of them.
23.
You could siphon some power out of them, but it would take a little bit. You could siphon a lot more power off of this one if you killed it yourself.
Okay.
It's almost dead.
In that particular case, I'm just gonna have to smack it with the staff that I've got, Shillelagh.
It has an AC of 9.
Well, I natural 20 it.
All right.
2
roll me another
spellcasters
20.
killing stuff with staves.
That's a torso shot.
That's a 19.
Torso shot.
19.
Roll damage.
8 plus my charisma is 13.
All right. Triple.
52.
13 times 3.
Oh, sorry, 13.
39.
Sorry,
39.
39.
39.
I think times 4.
It had
Sorry.
1 hit point left. You mean to hit it in the chest, but you do a bit more of a jabbing motion, and it comes out the other side, and the entire rib cage comes out the other side. As your hand touches it, you absorb power. You have absorbed enough power. You have 1 spell slot that you can
Yay.
use on any of your spells.
I do not have fuel for any of my
That's
arcanums.
how warlocks work.
But once it won't, and it will. You think you can hold on to this much power for about a week. If you don't use it within a week, it'll fade away on its own.
Yeah. And I don't have enough fuel for any of my mystic arcanums.
Okay.
So, because those are not my regular spell slots.
Those require a more constant amount of power.
I would like to examine the flesh columns.
All right. Let me see if there's any that are in anything resembling decent shape.
I mean, I only exploded the head of the one.
Yeah, roll me investigation. No, actually. Medicine. Roll me medicine. Anybody who wants to investigate these can roll me medicine.
While they're investigating, I would like to siphon as much power off of them as I can.
You're not able to get a significant amount more power than what you got. Part of it was the amount of energy in the air plus this one.
21.
20.
All right. So, looking at the fallen apart bodies, are you just like going full on dissection?
Oh, yeah. Pull out short sword.
So, someone much better than you at this has dissected these bodies and pulled out random bits. First of all the blood is drained. You'll notice that there is, the bit that you thought were blood on the ground are actually all of the non-blood fluids, the stomach bile, the brain juices, that sort of thing. That's what's producing the smell. All the blood gone. There is, but they've been very carefully restitched back together to look like they're not dead. Like, they look like someone who went to repair, like, it looks like someone took a doll, cut it open, pulled all the stuffing out, and then very immaculately sewed it back together. You will also notice that these bodies have been neutered. Like, very deliberately neutered.
Can I tell what sort of handiwork this is? Other than someone more skilled than I am at medicine? Which is a lot of people, because I only got +3.
I mean, this was... You can't think of anyone who would have this level of mastery of medical ability. This is not something within the realms of technology you know.
Can I record this in my spellbook?
Yeah.
That's like memory crystal, actually.
It'll take you a bit, but you can do so. While Galadir
Yeah.
is doing this, what are the rest of you doing? Duncan,
I was just
you
looking
were-
around, yeah. Just looking.
You're able to determine
figure
about
all
the
this.
same thing. Someone...
Yeah.
This wasn't done for food. This wasn't done for any logical reason you can think of, but it was done by somebody who knows very well. Even the best dark elf ritualists, and there are ritualists who are so good they can get your heart out, and in enough time and within the condition to show it to you while it's still beating before you die of the blood loss. Even they couldn't have done something this pristine.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rest of you doing?
Ow.
Yes, there's a non-zero amount of pain going on with you.
Ow.
Continue healing yourself?
Yeah, she's gonna continue healing.
All right.
Do we need to take a long rest at this point, or?
You want
At
to use
least a
another 6
short
spell
rest.
slot to healing word again?
I'm gonna use a 5th level.
5d4 plus 2.
Figure out what your 7th level spell is.
Yeah.
And Faust, you're gathering
I'm gathering
energies.
energy. Yeah.
The necromantic energy here is odd. You feel like these golems were created intentionally. Roll me insight, Faust.
I mean, one would hope they were created intentionally. It's really hard to create a golem accidentally.
18.
You feel like the magic here is weird. It's not the sort of magic you're used to. It has a weird flavor to it almost. You're used to siphoning power. This is not akin to typical necromancy you siphon. In fact, it doesn't even feel like proper necromancy. I mean, they're more golemish than they are undead properly.
Yeah.
You don't quite know enough of anything, but there's something wrong with it.
This power feels foul. More than the usual necromantic magics.
Yeah, like, the magic itself is less evil, but there's something
I add that to the memory crystal.
more wrong than even raising bodies from the dead about this.
How so?
Uncertain. It's not even quite necromancy, but it evokes a feeling of more revulsion than even that art.
So,
After about 15 minutes, you're able
One of
to
those.
do your thing.
or if you don't want one of them, you can take any of the earlier level spells as well.
Whatnot.
I think I was going to take Dominate Beast.
Dominate Beast is your out of...
That's
thing
one you've already taken.
You can swap that one from
Oh, I've
with
already
one of your other arcane secrets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, you had already swapped that one out.
Never mind.
So,
7th levels, you could take Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion.
That's my spell.
You could upgrade it from Leoman's Tiny Hut. He can't cast it right now anyways.
That's my spell.
so what do
that
you
one.
what do you guys do?
I just can't cast it right now.
I'm going to look around the
Get
area
you
to
to
see if
the
there's
point that
anything
you can
else.
cast it.
Once
if it was
once
any
I
other-
finished recording it,
Well, while you're recording it, Duncan, you're...
I finished it.
Just looking to see if there's anybody else was around there or anybody set this up.
Survival?
Bring someone back from the dead.
Survival. Okay.
Oh, Resurrection? That's a good spell to have.
Survival
We can
is.
kill you and bring it
Oh, I did a natural 1 just for the fun of it.
Not me.
Never mind.
Consequence of your murder.
Generate.
You go on a really
a lot
long
of healing
esoteric
and regrow
hunt, and you
7
end
times.
up at a squirrel's
Oh,
nest.
that one.
Cool.
Can I cast that on
Ooh,
anyone else?
lunch.
Yes, you can cast it on a bunch of people, on anyone.
But he's
I
not
can
there,
take
is he?
Regenerate.
Just the
I
nest.
think it might be
No.
handy.
Yeah, it's a
As
lot
soon as
of
you can't find the
healing
squirrel
over
and stuff.
time, and you regrow severed limbs.
You can also cast that on yourself right now.
And
Yeah, because I haven't used my 7th level spell slot. Actually, I got myself up to pretty full, so
And
I
what are you
think
doing?
I'm going to save it right now,
Oh, good.
just in case something
I
bad
just finished
happens.
recording everything.
Duncan is wandering about in circles.
Yeah, just
Duncan.
wandering around.
Are you all right?
What? What?
Is there
Oh.
something the matter?
I was just
You're
looking.
hot on some tracks, man.
Squirrel.
I don't know. Do I have any idea at all what entities on this continent would potentially have the power to do something like this?
You know nothing.
That sounds good.
So no ideas.
No ideas.
Okay. Well, I'm not certain what this was, but I've recorded it all in my book. We can revisit this information at another time. Let us continue on to Shape here. Also,
Yes.
if you liked that fire-breathing trick, I can do it whenever you would like to enhance your future performances.
Does she need a rest at this point?
She's better.
Oh,
I
okay.
was able to heal myself more.
Okay.
I'm okay.
It'd also be better to rest in town.
Yeah. I know.
I'll be fine.
Back on horses and away. Faust, were you able to siphon some energy from that?
Just a bit. It's not enough to activate any of my more esoteric features, but it should be enough to force some magic out.
Good. Duncan, how'd you enjoy the flask?
Oh, yeah,
Tankard.
that was pretty cool.
The beer tasted real good.
Yeah.
You did some awesome stuff. You feel great about everything. You have no regrets.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Okay.
All right. We head on to Shape here.
All right. You arrive there without further incident right as the sun's going down.
Okay.
Oh, if you two would like to seek the comfort of an inn to rest, Duncan and I can go drop off our item and retrieve the stuff.
Yay, we can do that.
I feel that we should all be there for that.
That seems accurate.
Very well. Let's go then.
All right, you go find the stump.
To the stump.
To the stump.
Nothing happens.
Oh, I've forgotten the...
Ecleoguardian.
Thank you, that one.
I'm glad somebody remembered it because the one who wrote it, the one who you did originally is not here.
Yeah.
It's actually right here.
Yeah, it's written right there.
But Gallaudier wouldn't have thought of it.
A small door opens up, and there's the ladder leading down.
I will climb down
I'll
first.
climb down.
All right, Gallaudier climbs down, then Duncan. I'm assuming you dropped your kids off at the end.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, no, we're not
absolutely.
bringing them.
Absolutely.
Presumed. All right.
We left them in a room.
Which order? The two of them went first.
Taro will go behind you,
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah.
Faust to go, and then Toril last. Okay. You go down, and you are greeted by 3 people. Guahake is there. And with him are 2 very strange individuals. One of them you recognize vaguely. The Hermit outside of Dredge. The strange one who went down with Senstaku.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one was strange.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
He's a dragon. Dressed differently
That
now.
one's
He's
strange.
got a strange suit of bronze plate on and an axe at his waist, and he's like fully armored. Next to him is a woman who looks too perfect. Her skin is porcelain white, and she has golden blonde hair flowing down all the way to her waist. Her legs are almost disproportionately long and slender. She's completely naked.
Somewhat elven, or not?
No, she has rounded ears. She looks sort of like a porcelain doll. And she is too still. You see no
Like a
movement from
golem.
her.
Like
You don't know. Hey, warlock without a patron.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power in this room.
Yeah.
All 3 of these people exert enough power to be a patron, plus most of the artifacts on these walls.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking more at the artifacts than the people, I'm going to be honest.
Look at all these options. Look, the Raven Queen's even here. Come on.
but I mean,
Is it the Raven Queen?
The Raven
Whatever she
Queen
is.
is often described as porcelain.
Isn't she
skin,
actually one of
but-
the patrons for warlocks?
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
The Raven Queen is a warlock patron. However, I doubt this is her because she typically has black hair, not blonde hair, and typically wears clothes.
I'm mad at her. She took facts.
The
I mean, he died
No.
multiple times. Anyways.
They had true resurrection.
The alabaster woman turns and cocks her head oddly. Hello.
I wave.
I see
Hi.
you have visitors, Fenris.
There is strong blood in your veins. There is interesting magical knowledge in yours.
Is she a vampire?
You have a
She likes my
unique
blood.
power. You are empty. Dren, they are all imperfect. I must calm down.
I pull out the tag.
The tiara?
No.
Oh.
The
tankard.
my
Tankard?
tankard,
Tankard.
and offer it to her. Do you need a drink, ma'am?
The tankard thinks this is a fabulous idea. It's like, yeah, she's a real pretty girl. Like, real attractive.
Uh-huh.
She looks at the tankard. Drinking. A procedure which impairs motor function and impurifies the blood.
I go ahead and take a swig and offer it to her.
I don't think she wants it.
Roll me a persuasion check.
The tanker wants him to succeed.
It does, which is why it's possible.
That's why I took
at
a
all.
shot. Persuasion?
This is a powerful magical artifact.
Oh.
It bends the laws of reality to get what it wants.
15.
She looks. A weird expression flashes across her face, but it returns to normal.
Okay.
Almost worked. Almost there.
Almost worked.
Almost.
Fenris, I say, looking at Guahake.
He smiles up. Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, we've returned with the item you requested, so that we might complete our transaction.
Ah, yes, that transaction. Well, we're here to sweeten the deal, he says, pulling out an orb.
An orb.
Dragon's Heart Orb.
The
He looks
Dragon's
down at
Heart
the little
orb.
man. Stole it out from the hands of the dragons themselves. Surely this artifact is powerful enough to make you want to give it to us. We did commission it after all. You're all about a deal, aren't you? Guahake smiles. You've mistaken me for one of those lawful deal-making types. I play the game for my own amusement.
Duncan, would you please? They hold out my hand for the...
I'll
tiara.
pull a tiara out and take it over to, and say, we found this.
Fascinating. He reaches up and grabs it. Fairly meaningless compared to most of my trinkets, but it has such sentimental value.
Oh, yes.
His eyes lock on Faust. Faust. How are you feeling? Empty? Weak? Needing to eat and sleep like you always did? I have a deal for you.
I am done with patrons who could deceive, betray, or leave my side.
Do I see where the staff is at this point? Is it
No.
laying somewhere?
You
Is
do
it-
not see where the staff is.
I'm going to start walking around them.
What are you looking around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll me investigation while they're doing your thing. But I could promise you so much power.
You
Oh.
can and will deceive. You can and will betray. And you most certainly can leave my side.
Quite frankly, there's not very many patrons that qualify
I'm
that third
a
one.
powerful ally, though.
You are. And that is why I am not directly attacking right now, because I could not win.
Yes. Yes, and they know their place too, he says, looking back at the pair. Don't you? Part of the Chaos Lotus. Such a silly name. Chaos Lotus Diamonds. I don't know what you hope to accomplish. Dren is standing there solemnly, just sort of watching the gnome, and the alabaster doll woman is just seems to be staring dead into space. Still, this game ceases to amuse me. I have what I want. And I have my collection. I suppose I could just leave and let the two of you kill each other. But that would be too easy one way or another. Dren, leave. Take your plaything with you. Dren stares at him. My master has power far beyond your capacity. Yes, 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 I know of your master. I know what he does. Frankly, I don't care. If he doesn't like me, he can come and say to himself, "Oh, that's right, he's stuck, isn't he?" Pity about that. Leave. Dren looks at him, evaluates his situation, and goes and climbs the ladder. The doll lady suddenly snaps to and follows out.
Have a good life.
You know, if you weren't so unpredictable, I might appreciate that, Oaxaca.
Have a little chat. Chat with Elrin about who I am.
A few things, yes.
Well, no, I'm bored. You said that you don't want what I have to offer. Maybe
What
you'll
about
take it
that
from one of them. They're both powerful enough. That lady particularly is fascinating.
They both strike me as fulfilling all three of those disqualifiers.
Yes, I suppose so. He's a master, though. He's quite a powerful being.
I believe if he's commissioned staff, their master is the thing that we're trying to stop right now.
Oh, yes.
Honestly,
But his power leaches out. It can't be contained.
several of the things on these walls would suit better.
Yes, but they're mine.
So they are.
No, if you want power, you'll have to take it from the source. No?
Not from you.
Well then, your son.
Give us the staff so we may leave.
But if you do the staff, you'll leave.
Do I see the staff anywhere?
That's exactly what I said.
So I've been walking around behind and just looking
Yeah,
around.
you find the staff. It's
Okay.
on a workbench, it looks like.
Okay. I'll go and pick it up.
As you reach for it, Oaxaca raises his hand and roll me a intelligence saving throw.
Don't touch things.
10.
You find yourself at the entrance to the room.
That wouldn't have worked on my spells.
10.
A 10
At the entrance. Oh, back.
Yeah,
over
you're
there.
back in front of the ladder again.
Oh.
Now, I could cure him, you know.
You will not speak of my son. You will give us the staff and we will leave.
And you're going to make me?
Come
I
now,
walk back
Fenris.
over-
Surely there can be no entertainment in a game that you know
held
the
up our
outcome
end
of
the
already.
bargain.
He doesn't
I go back
care
toward-
about bargains.
Yes, you seem to think I'm an honorable being.
But what you do care about is having fun.
I do! I do.
Okay.
Which is why I won't just take the staff with me. That would be the safest place for it, after all.
Well, I can assure you that taunting her will not result in fun. She'll simply do something foolish like trying to attack you, which you already know you'll win.
I suppose so. I could just steal your son. That would be amusing.
For a time, certainly, until you kill her, and then there's nothing left to play with.
I don't know, killing people is ever so much fun. But it's more fun when I get to get them to do it themselves.
I'm just going to work my way back over toward the staff.
Which would be why
As I get around him, I'm
which would
looking
be
for
why
other...
giving the staff to us would be the more entertaining thing. You give us
I'm
the
gonna
staff, we'll
I'm just
leave.
going to look for any other things that are smaller that I can just kind of
You
pick up to see if he responds to my picking stuff up behind him.
You find a small, unassuming wooden box.
Okay. I'm just going to lift and just going to sneak it into my
Right?
pouch.
You slip it into your pouch.
Okay. So
You give us the staff, we leave. Those two will try to kill us to take it. We will clearly defend ourselves with all
Oh,
of our
no,
magical
they're
powers. Well,
They're
not,
moving along their way.
not currently.
Not yet. You're not powerful enough to take on the dragon or
No.
the doll.
No, not yet.
It's more fun when it's a fight.
But eventually, we will come to blows.
All right.
And you will
Well,
be able to watch from the sidelines.
until then, I suppose I've got nothing left here. Farewell. The room is suddenly empty.
I will
Did he leave the staff?
The staff is sitting on a corner.
Okay.
I will walk over and pick it up.
All right. You have the staff.
Put it away.
You feel a very, very strong source of power on the other end of that staff.
Oh, I know what's on the other end of that staff.
Can I make
want none of it?
I just want to Arcana check the staff
Okay.
and see. I understand the power source that's coming from it, but I want to see if it has any other inherent properties other than being the catalyst for the spell it's meant to cast. 28.
If you wanted to draw power from the staff, you could, and it would have a number of benefits, but not without touching whatever's on the other end of it.
Can I tell what's on the other end, or what it is? What it is of?
It's not magic you're familiar with. It's some sort of teleportation, but you're not sure what is on the other end. It's very powerful, and even as you try to investigate it, you feel a burning inside your brain. It's distinctly unpleasant, but full of raw power.
So just sort of staring at it for a moment. There's a massive amount of power on the other end of this.
Yes, and unstable.
I assume this is their master that they're trying to bring to this world.
Or collide this world with another in their grand war. Their perspective is far beyond the horizon of this small plane.
Roll me, by the way, an insight check, Faust.
16.
You feel something calling out to you.
Is it the staff?
No. You feel drawn to Duncan?
I pull the box out.
I like that look.
Do I still have the box?
Yes, you
it
still
didn't
have the
disappear.
box.
I show him the box, hand it to him.
You feel compelled to take the box.
I open it.
So, to the three of you, it looks like a wooden box.
Okay.
To you, you feel something strange in it. So, the top opens oddly, and you can see the inside is lined with lead. And inside is
It's
a
got a
deck of
self-
cards.
Oh.
That's why you wanted the tarot cards.
You're gonna draw power from a deck of many things.
Ooh, that'd be fun. That's almost as bad as.
What is this?
Do you take the cards out?
I pull them out of the box. I don't draw anything.
I pointedly do not draw a card.
So, pulling them out, you see the backs of the cards are jet black. And ruffling through, there's a lot of them. They're rather plain and unassuming looking. Do you look at the face on the bottom of the cards?
No.
All right. So you're holding them.
You don't have to. So long as you don't draw them, they can't do anything if you look at the face.
You feel...
I don't think this is a deck of many things.
You feel strangeness drawing from them. You feel a desire to deal them out in a specific manner. You're not compelled to. You don't have to.
I feel what it wants me to do.
You feel what it wants you to do.
Do I know what this thing is? Can I identify it?
Roll...
If not with just Arcana, with the Identify spell.
I have that.
You don't feel... You don't know anything about this. You don't know that your magics would work on it. The rest of you see just Faust staring entranced at a deck of cards.
Might I have a look?
This is strange magic.
I take the staff that I've still been holding and shoot it away.
Thank you.
Is it magic that could help you?
It might. How does it want to be arrayed?
You're not sure. You feel if you started, you'd know.
If you'd like, I can put you in a protective field so that whatever comes out of it only harms you.
Please do.
I cast Wall of Force around him
Okay.
so that nobody can get near him.
I start to lay the cards out in the way it wants to be laid out.
All right. You kneel down. So you flip the first card over, and it's an image of a tower being struck by lightning, and there's a figure falling out from the tower.
Okay.
You feel a strong sense of self. Do you allow yourself to feel this? Or are you going to try to resist it?
I actually know how this tarot reads, and normally this is the past, is the first card dealt.
No.
So
Fast is not the first card dealt.
that's fair.
It also depends on how you're laying out the cards. There's several different ways.
Yeah.
Do you
Tower's Calamity. I'm cautious about
you
Calamity.
feel like you could let this knowledge enter you, or that you could stop? It's not compelling you to do anything, but you feel as if you wanted to, you could allow it to start affecting you.
I'm here to take a risk, so
You let the knowledge flood into you. As you do so, you see the figure on it changing into a black dragonborn falling from the tower. This card is you. As this happens, you regain your undying nature feature.
that's really the only feature that I want out of all of the undying stuff.
You feel your power of yourself flooding through you. You were tired from traveling all day, and you feel that slowly fade away. The gnaw of hunger that you'd grown to hate once again begins to die back. Do you continue the reading?
I deal the next card.
All right. The next card you draw, and you feel that this is your connection to the spiritual, your connection to your emotions and the like. And you draw the Ace of Cups. It's a single cup, and it has 5 fountains streaming from it.
I don't know the minor arcana, so I don't know what that one represents.
Do you know do you allow the feeling to wash over you like you did with the first one?
I'm already taking a risk, so yes.
You feel compassion overwhelming you. All of your emotions, the ones that you repress, the ones that you feel make you weak, wash over you. And you see the reflection of a small half-orc girl in the water. Your connection to this card is particularly strong.
Yes, it is.
You regain the following spells to cast as your normal warlock spells. You regain Friends, Spare the Dying, Message, Charm Person, Tongues, Hold Monster, and Mordenkian's Magnificent Mansion.
Thank you.
You feel
Yeah, the mansion.
you feel magics that shelter and aid flow through you.
It was what were the cantrips?
Pardon?
Friends and message.
Yes.
And tongues. No, tongues.
Tongues is third.
Not a cantrip.
Tongues is third level.
You feel that this is the influence that guides your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you draw another card? You feel like you should draw 2 more immediate cards.
Yes.
You draw another card. This card represents a connection to the physical world around you. You draw a card of a man. He's holding 4 coins. 1 in his hands, 1 in his head, and 1 under each foot. Do you allow it to affect you?
Yes.
This card represents materialism. It's both greed but satisfaction with what you have. Can sometimes lead to stagnation. And you see a different form as a separate half-orc figure is smiling. It seems to look like Duncan almost. Your connection here feels very weak. You don't feel like you're particularly well connected at all. You do... Do you regain anything for this one?
You are literally becoming a Persona protagonist.
Yeah.
You are. You regain... You don't feel like you regain anything. This card seems dim. You feel like there's a lot of power here, though.
Make friends with Duncan, get more magic.
Just change all of my other pact abilities to Hexblade abilities, and I'll be great.
All right. You draw the next card.
Yes.
The next card
Oh, also spare the dying was the other cantrip I got.
is
Certainly.
a woman sitting in a chair with a sword face down into the earth. The Queen of Swords. Do you want to let this one overwhelm you?
Yes.
Do you have a guess as to who it is? No.
Really?
It's actually a guy.
It was me all along.
Actually, yes. You feel emotional calmness and detachment, complete control over the situation, reserved nature, and a desire to learn everything and yet feel nothing. You see a high elven face in this. Your connection here exists,
It's moderate.
and because of it, you regain Prestidigitation, Counterspell, Fly, and Detect Magic.
These are all spells I have.
I already had that one as a
Dispel
ritual.
Magic.
Dispel
Sorry,
magic.
Dispel
Okay.
Magic. Yes, these are all spells you have. And finally, you feel like you should draw one more card. You've got your connection to the emotional, your connection to the spiritual, and your connection to the physical. The last card is a card of drive.
I draw it.
You see...
Yee.
I can't drive. I got a
Pardon?
Taggart.
It's a drive to murder ye.
He with a sword sticking out his back.
You see a young page boy leaning on a staff with 9 wands around him.
Nine of Wands.
The 9 of Wands. He looks victorious, weary but persistent. This is the card of victory, accomplishment, perseverance, and honor.
Yee, Tarasu.
As you allow yourself to wash over you, you see the man's hair slowly turn green.
Oh, there's a strong connection here. It's not a good one.
Yes! As your desire to kill, maim, and murder returns, flesh to stone, dance macabre, vampiric touch, and vicious mockery and eldritch blast.
Good, good.
These are all useful things.
I haven't gotten any of my invocations back though.
No, those you feel are different.
Those.
So you've drawn the you've drew 4 minor arcana plus yourself. You feel as though this particular reading is done, and there'll be more to do in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I shuffle the cards back up.
The rest of you just saw him draw 4 cards and stare oddly at them.
Can I tell if anything magical was happening at all?
Roll arcana.
And I just have the one spell slot still.
28.
Yes, that you can use for anything.
Yeah.
28. Something happened, but it's not a magic you're familiar with.
But I've
Also-
I've regained my 1 use per day of both my Mystic Arcanums as well, because they're separate. They're not my spell slots. They're a thing that I can cast once a day.
Your to all of you, the cards are just black.
Did anything happen?
Quite a lot.
You sound chipper.
Did you regain your magic?
Not all of it, but enough. Let's rest for the evening, shall we?
I let go the wall of force.
Alright.
Well then, shall we return to the inn?
I've better accommodations at an inn.
Truly.
Yes,
We just
let's
stay
go
here.
retrieve the children.
All right.
We could just stay here and piss him off.
I don't think he'll care.
Yeah, he's gone.
I don't
He's
think
gone?
he'll be back.
Okay.
You go get the kids.
Yes. And I find
Yeah,
a nice
right.
I find a nice spot like behind most of the buildings where it's just kind of out of the way.
I mean, the tree stump actually is a pretty nice
Actually,
spot.
yeah, the tree stump's a good spot.
Alright, you go back down to the secret spot.
Not inside of
Oh,
it,
no,
just
inside,
on the
just
surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just take a minute to sort of draw the seals in the air.
As you do so, you feel the presence of Gora. You feel your desire to protect, your compassion that is so foreign to you burns strongly within you
Mordenkainen's mansion.
as the mansion is created.
As a door appears in the middle of the air. Shall we step inside?
Certainly, I'm quite interested in seeing what you've created here.
I pull the door open and
Well, you describe this. I'm going to run first
yeah,
too,
so
because this
the-
is your mansion.
yeah, this is my mansion. The entryway is
Do be aware that this mansion is directly influenced by your connection to Gora.
Yeah, I know. This place,
So it's not a Gothic cathedral.
it actually it's very Gothic, but it's a warm style. You would almost expect something that Faust made to be completely dead and lifeless and filled with like torture racks and pain.
It's French, not German.
But yeah, no, it's more the floor is carpeted in sort of a crimson, like a soft crimson velvet almost, and there are like warm braziers burning on each of the walls. The wood is dark, but it's sort of rich. It's sort of not quite a mahogany, more of like almost an ebony. And this is just the entryway, but there's a lot of trophies of events that don't have any significance to you because they only mean something to Faust and Gora, that are sort of adorning the walls. That's just like a dagger, the head of a knoll, a bow on the back wall. No real paintings, but most of the walls are lined with books. It's like a hunting lodge almost.
Yeah. Well, this seems quite comfortable.
Nice. What kind of bow is it on the back wall?
It's a longbow.
Okay. I almost want to play with it.
Well, this seems quite lovely, actually. I assume there are rooms for everyone.
As you hear a crashing noise off in the distance, oh no!
Ooh, fancy.
This room rearranges to my will.
Very
Well, this
good.
mansion.
Well, good to see that deck of cards is useful for you.
Indeed.
Then, where should we be off to next? We have the staff. What is next on our journey?
I would still seek one of those artifacts, one of the weapons. But that is for, perhaps, once we have remedied immediate danger.
Out of game, don't we need to take the staff to someone?
I don't remember to who, though.
Who do we need to take the staff to, Austin?
I think we need to keep the staff away from...
No, I think we have to take it to somebody, don't
You
we?
didn't have to take it to anybody.
Oh, okay.
No,
never
You were
mind.
doing this
we
to
just had to get it.
prevent the spell
was-
from going on.
Okay.
I was gonna.
Yeah, we now have it. So,
Yeah,
well,
we're trying to figure out what next.
Yes.
We have to figure out.
I would definitely like to search out one of the artifact weapons that I might find a
well,
different source, but
we do need to reacquire the gem from the Dark Elves as well.
yes.
Because
I
even though they don't have the staff, they will continue trying to make a new one.
Yes, I think now should be gathering power. We are not quite strong enough to assault the entirety of Kretz Mahal. And so we should likely be gathering strength and allies to prepare to deal with the Dark Elves.
Well, artifacts it is. We have one. Apparently that axe, though, is not quite up for grabs.
No. I pull the crystal out.
Dane has it.
Elrin, are you present in this plane?
Yeah, I was sleeping. What do you need?
Any leads?
On what?
You know what?
It has only been like a day.
Yeah, it's been like a day.
You're fast.
I'm also trying to save the world.
So are we.
Tell him we have the staff.
We have the staff.
I heard Galadier.
Tell him we have the staff.
Actually, you hear Faust laugh, and that's the first time you've actually heard him laugh pleasantly, not like a sinister laugh.
Oh, Austin, how much did we get in spell materials from the underground area?
Like 5,000.
5,915.
And you've redeemed some of it.
And I've redeemed
840.
840 of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just doing
Yes, that's the first time you've actually heard a warm laugh out of Faust.
Faust, stick to the maniacal laughter, please. It's kind of it's kind of disorienting.
I thought it was kind of nice.
Yes, it was.
Anyway, no, I haven't had a chance to look at any items of power for you.
Well,
I'm sure you'll run across stuff doing what you're doing.
Well, I found one thing.
What'd
Keep
you
me
find?
a deck.
Deck of many things? Ooh, that could be
No.
hilarious. Oh. That's not as much fun.
Likely a fortune deck.
Tarot cards?
Yes.
Magical tarot cards.
Yes.
Weird. Okay. Well, hey, as long as they're not, bent on world destruction or dominating your mind or killing innocent people or anything like that.
I think these are more on fate and connection.
Oh, you should also tell him of who was there.
Yes,
Oh,
we've
yes.
learned who of the Chaos Lotus you mentioned are here.
Yes? Which ones?
Dren.
Oh, Dren.
And someone who looks like a porcelain doll.
She was completely naked.
Motionless.
I don't know her.
Can he hear us?
Yes.
Oh, we can't hear him.
No.
This is frustratingly obtuse.
I'm sorry, cell technology hasn't advanced to that level yet when it combines with magic. In fact, it's really hard to get cell and magic technology to mix.
None of them would understand that, and I only vaguely have any inclination.
Yes, I know. Anyway. I don't know the girl. Dren is dangerous. He's very calculated. Oh, he's a dragon.
I figured.
We actually got... he is a dragon, by the way. I say out loud. Because we got that confirmed by Oaxaca.
By the way, he's a dragon. Just echoing around.
That's what happens when we can't hear him.
Well, I suppose I should tell you the people to be on the look for. The Chaos Lotus that I know are Dren. There's
And that's it.
Dren and Dren.
there's this vampire. Just calls himself the Master.
Ah.
He has some sort of deluded ideas about bringing humanity together through adversity. He's a bit of a loon.
Oh, great. Is he a Time Lord?
There's a deadly assassin. All I know him as is Griffin.
Griffin is asleep upstairs.
No, the Griffin we named our child after.
Yes. We're great people. Let's continue.
Named your child after a deadly assassin.
Yes, we did. Let's continue.
Not only a deadly assassin, a D&D character.
There's two
D&D
others
villain.
that I've encountered recently that I think are under the same page. There's one guy, name of Solios. He's an elf with delusions of immortality.
Is that not the Emperor?
Pardon? No.
No,
He's
that's-
delusions of making everyone immortal.
That's
Yes.
from Alfheim.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I was
Okay.
trying to remember where I knew the name from.
I'm like, I know that.
There's one more from his world. She's dangerous. I don't know her name. I've never actually seen her. But she does weird things to your mind.
You don't know that one, but yeah.
She you've got to be careful with. She tries to reach you from far away. She doesn't need to be anywhere near you. She likes to drive people mad for fun.
It is fun.
Those are the ones that I know,
Well,
and you're
I
saying
guess we'll be killing her.
No.
there's a porcelain
I do not
doll,
want
you
her to
say?
die. She's my favorite character.
I will say this:
Soul Cage.
we ran into her at
keep her like a pet
Oaxaca's
for you.
shop
All right.
after encountering a group of flesh golems left in the field, and she bears a striking resemblance to a golem in terms of mannerism.
Interesting.
She spoke about perfecting people.
Oh, yes, you should ask him about those golems as well. Maybe I'll know something.
I believe that I have just put together as much information as he has on that matter.
That one I'll have to look into. I don't know anyone on a quest to perfect... Was it perfecting herself or everyone?
Everything that she looked upon. She gazed upon each of us, determined what she saw as a flaw, and declared her need to perfect it, but was held back by Dren.
Some of them seemed more like assets that she wanted to perfect, actually. Power, knowledge, uniqueness, and then emptiness. But
Interesting. Don't know her. Suppose I'll have to.
Good luck.
She looks distinctive, you said?
She's naked. Oh, sorry,
You
sorry,
hear
I
that?
can't hear this.
Completely alabaster in tone, does not appear to be fond of clothing.
Blonde hair.
Blonde of hair.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye out. See if I hear anything. Add her to my list of the Chaos Lotus. And you said this Guahake is not part of them, right?
No, in fact, he seemed quite delighted to thwart whatever they were trying to accomplish by giving us the staff and then leaving the plane.
Oh, you should probably also inform him that it seems the staff is connected to their master.
I don't know if it's connected to their master. It's definitely connected to a powerful source of transportation magic.
They wanted it in
They
relation to it.
Yeah.
They threatened Guahake with their master. I don't know that they would use the staff in direct relation to him. It might be connected to his source of power, but the information we have is still vague and mostly circumstantial based on dialogue.
I don't know enough about this Chaos Lotus group. I've never encountered multiple in one place. Typically, they just get pulled from their planes where they're sociopathic. Alright, well...
He looks at Galadir for a second and looks back at the crystal.
What?
Nothing.
To clarify, they're not all, what's the word, necessarily poorly intentioned. Solios was a healer. Just wanted to heal everyone. Thought that death was something he could overcome. He went a little extreme.
I imagine, as most of them did.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, Dren is the most dangerous because he's sane.
It's also a dragon.
He's also a dragon.
Oh. Don't worry. That's not a limitation for most of them. Not being a dragon, that is.
I
Still.
wonder what kind. Black, I'd wager.
If I had to take a guess, it'd be red. I was right.
Red's also a possibility.
He's a red dragon. Also, just in case you thought, no, none of them are from this plane.
I suspected as much.
They're all foreigners.
His name is Dren. Reorganize that for a minute in your head.
That leaves an N left over.
Yes, it doesn't quite work.
I look back at the crystal and there's
it
a
doesn't-
knowing look.
It doesn't quite work that well. There is an N left over. It was Dre in that case. But one would never forget Dre, so...
No, I think quite a few people already have.
I'm going to go back to bed, unless you've got anything else to add to this.
No, but keep me updated on potential sources of power.
Yeah.
If you want this world to not be collisioned with another.
I'll do what I can. Night. You hear a click.
Good evening. I no longer need to sleep, fortunately.
Alright. What else are you guys doing for the evening?
Not sleeping.
Play cards.
Screw that noise.
You feel a need every hour to shuffle the deck
Okay, I do that.
to maintain yourself, but that's it. The rest of you sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep.
I am now Twisted Fate.
Does
Yeah.
does the mansion create food?
Yes, it has
also-
enough. It has enough food for.
It definitely is enough food for the group of you.
It has 100 spectral servants, as if made by the unseen servant spell, but they are visible. They're blue.
Really whatever color you want.
Or whatever color I feel like. I think they're actually a dark purple. Mordecai.
I can pull up the spell.
I do spend some time... Yeah, I just seeing if this is a thing that transfers, that could
9.
even...
Sufficient food to serve 9, and then a course banquet for up to 100.
No, a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people. A 9-course banquet for up to 100 people.
Yeah.
Austin, you should know what the term 9-course banquet means.
Yeah. A staff of 100
that's
near
enough.
transparent servants attend all.
Sorry,
who enter.
the website I'm on has really weird formatting, and for whatever reason they were on different lines.
I decide the visual appearance of these servants and their attire, and they're completely loyal to my orders. They can perform any task a normal human servant perform, but they can't attack or take any action that would directly harm another creature.
Faust, is there an arcane laboratory in here? Thank you. I would like to go to the arcane laboratory, and I would like to take out the staff, secure it, and basically I just want to see if this thing punches through even the demiplane that we're on right now, if it still is connected to where...
It's still connected.
Okay. And I just want to see... I'm fascinated. I'm studying this. I want to see anything that I can learn about this staff from it. Anything I can learn about the power source, what the nature of its power source is, anything like that, what the actual intended function of it is by studying the staff, anything like that.
All right, roll me investigation, then Arcana.
All right. Natural 20 on the investigation, which...
Then just go straight to Arcana.
Okay. 18, which makes it 28.
So conjuration's not your speciality, but you're still decently knowledgeable. Unfortunately, the one who studied this before, who gave you that information, was a conjuration specialist.
Yeah.
So you're not able to glean too much more. It's... From what you can tell, this links specifically to somewhere else beyond your capacity to understand. It's almost as though this staff is a pinprick hole in a wall. But it's a hole that moves. So, using that metaphor, if you held this staff up to a wall, and it was a hole in it that you could see through wherever you move the staff. Just in pinprick size. So theoretically, you could use this to view everything on the other side. But it would take you almost an eternity to do so. Because you're looking at an entire world through a pinprick.
Could I determine what's through the other side? If I could send something through it? Like an arcane eye.
You want to try casting Arcane Eye through it?
Yeah. I want to send it through to the other side. First I cast Wall of Force around myself. And then I do that.
The eye tries to enter and can't. Like, it goes in and then it's cut. Roll straight wisdom.
Can't wait for the app version of this because it'll move faster.
Rolling check or trying to roll under your score?
Trying to roll under a score.
I rolled a 15. My score is 16.
There's something familiar. There's something very familiar about the way that power just vanished.
It's the same as the way you vanished.
Yes. It's exactly the same. There was no tether being cut. It just ceased to be.
Charles been staying very close to Chris about this.
I'm
just looking very concerned.
I end the Wall of
Fine.
Force.
I will be fine.
She nods. She stays.
Can I figure out if there's anything I could do to open the hole wider?
That would take a power source.
That would take the gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Earlier.
And so...
Is that your
Okay.
original name?
Furiel is who I was.
Put it away.
He no longer. He was weak,
I go find Faust.
unable to protect himself.
All right. This has taken you several hours of investigating.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I presume the other individuals are in bed by this point. So what are you guys doing while he's investigating this? You obviously are talking.
Yeah, Charles having a conversation with Faust.
You doing anything interesting, Duncan, or are you just
Not really.
living the lap of luxury?
I'm just
Lots of
walking
food
around,
to
looking
eat.
up and down the halls and
Yeah, there's
It's a 9-course meal to eat.
food.
There's a 9-course meal.
for
And
100 people, so you could have.
you hear, hey, you could use a drink.
drink. I used to drink.
You take a drink. Hey, you know what'd be really cool? I can refill up with liquid. I want to see if I can fill up with liquid faster than you can drink me. Come on. Come on.
I just eat a little bit more and go to bed.
No. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
If you don't do what he tells you, he
Wisdom?
starts a conflict.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Of course.
What'd you roll?
17.
You feel a strong desire to drink, and you decide it's probably best to just leave the mug on the table and go to bed.
Yeah.
I think like I'm like going to get a drink at one point. I reach down to pick it up. No.
You pick it up, and it's like, ew. No.
No.
You agree. You agree on the topic. All right. You guys have your conversation. Anything else between the two of you, or are you pretty set?
I think we're pretty set. She just stays near him for a while.
What about Kai and Gora?
Gore has the run of the place, so
Yeah.
Kai probably follows her around.
Is Gora showing off the mansion to the kid?
basically, because I imagine she probably also has an innate knowledge of the layout and can
She does.
she can probably also reorganize the house like I can.
She can. You discover that she's made just this massive playroom.
Basically, the spell is cast as if both of us were the caster.
Yeah.
So we both have the same amount of control over it.
All right. You eventually do have to go to bed, Toro.
Oh yeah.
And Galadier, you find Faust in the midst of shuffling a deck of cards.
Faust.
Yes.
Information. First of all, he is likely alive.
Unfortunate. We'll have to remedy that.
Oh, now.
You know Yi is alive innately.
Oh yeah, do I? Because I need to kill him still.
Because you pulled that card.
Getting you aside. This staff is a portal. Like a pinhole in a wall, through which one can see or draw energy. Likely it is directed to the location of the power that you sense through it, or that we sense through it. One could expand it and open it up using an incredible power source such as the gem the Dark Elves have. I feel, the more I study this, the more I feel the conjuration is to bring something here, not to bring us somewhere else.
You were merely told that it would have had the power to do something,
Yeah.
not what it was supposed to do.
Yes, it may have the power to transport the world elsewhere, but I don't think that's what it's for.
And you suspect they want to bring their master here.
Their master here or something else associated with him. I attempted to scry through the hole, but as it passed through, it lost connection, vanishing very much the same way Yi did, underground. So I imagine that wherever he went, likely the method of travel was much the same as this staff would indicate.
Shifting across planar boundaries.
Would that make sense to me?
Yes and no. You know the prime material plane, the elemental planes, those sorts of planes. This is not the sort of plane you're used to. This is not something that there is any knowledge of.
Yeah, because typically if going to like the elemental plane or
Yeah, you
a
could just
divine plane,
do
you can do that and you can see that happening because it's just
It's
opening
it's
a door
just
and
magic.
going.
Yeah. It's just like dimension door or teleportation. This is not.
I don't think it's quite that.
Not those kinds of
or at
planar
least
boundaries.
Not in the same way.
Not
that
the kind of
normally
planar boundaries you're thinking of.
Aside from Elrin, the concept of that sort of planar boundary is the most esoteric philosophical question that most people don't have the time to deal with.
But I've been dealing with it intimately.
You've been dealing with it intimately, and you've heard little bits from Elrin.
There's
And Oaxaca doesn't seem to be too subtle about
Also, we had someone from Shadowrun here previously.
it. Yeah.
Where is she, by the way?
Gone.
She's with Melodious.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
There are
Elrin had other things for her.
more distinct boundaries, not between the planes of existence as we know them to be bound, such as the astral plane, the elemental plane, but between dimensions of reality, things that normally could never be connected. Elrin walks these planes. Oaxaca is from another one of these planes.
So what you're suggesting is something similar to, perhaps, alternate material plane.
You were not here for... Yes, something along those lines. You were not here for our friend from another plane who gave us a little bit more information.
The way that it was described by him was that it's an entire world that's different.
Yes.
So
a different material plane. Nothing like this one at all.
Perhaps then, this is not a hole to an alternate plane, but rather than... Say these alternate material planes were next to each other, adjacent. Then perhaps this staff is a method by which to punch through the gap between.
Roll me an intelligence check, Faust. Just raw intelligence.
My intelligence exactly 16.
You feel like that would be what Timmy said that would destroy the worlds. Like
If they were adjacent, yeah.
if the two worlds hit the same place, you feel like that would cause the mass explosion he was talking about. You feel like that's exactly what Timmy was talking about. Which may mean he's on the right track or may not. You're not sure.
That may be relevant. There's at least a veil between them. There is at least some space between them, as according to our scientific friend, a true occupation of two worlds in the same location would cause
I'm feeling more like
absolute destruction.
I'm feeling more like this is a bridge between. Like, for instance, and I pull out my spell book. I grab my spell book and open it up to one page where the memory crystals and runes are, and then hold up 2 pages next to each other. For instance, if we are here, and wherever the staff leads to is here, on the other side of these 2 pages, I believe the staff may be the link between, connecting one page to another.
Potentially.
Not colliding them into, not putting them together, but simply connecting.
A door.
A passage, yes. A hallway, whatever, but...
Something to ponder, but...
multiple material planes is interesting. Something I should look into and see if I can't ascertain.
You've heard esoteric philosophical discussions, but they've never been given any merit. They're typically given as, even if they exist, they're meaningless to us because they can't be reached.
But what if they could be?
Well...
There's been no scientific method with which to even observe them until now, so...
Yeah. But now
This
now I have a thing.
But you can't even know that that's what it is. It's just so...
No, I'm operating on several assumptions. But
Yeah.
the fact that when my magic went through it, it completely cut off.
Yeah.
And that Yi disappeared the very same way means that there is a way to get to it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Or what it requires.
Yes, it's a matter I've been dealing intimately with for the past several months.
Well, if it wasn't for the fact that the damned Dark Elves wanted to ruin the whole world, I'd be very interested in this that they've discovered.
Yes. Unfortunately, reality needs to continue to exist.
Yes, no, that's fair.
Alright.
No. In the morning, then. We will continue our search for power.
So you're all rest?
Yep.
You shuffle the deck every hour. After 8 shufflings, you feel drawn to flip the top card.
I do so.
Damned Dark Elves. You've made an incredible magical and scientific breakthrough, and you're trying to wreck the world with it.
All right. So you flip the card. Computer. Let me get my database. You see a woman sitting on a throne, wearing a red robe with a green cloak over it. She has a brooch on holding the cloak together with a ruby setting it. In one hand is a double-edged sword, but it's made of that strange material the dwarves had, steel. And in her other hand is a pair of golden scales.
I can't tell if this is temperance or justice or.
Either justice.
No, temperance is. Temperance has the bottle of water.
Or the lion, I think, is also temperance.
That's strength. Anyway. You're not entirely sure, but you get a feeling, and the woman doesn't... Roll insight.
Nope. 20. Not natural, but 20.
The woman, it bears resemblance to Laintier, but it's not. It could be a sister? A daughter? You're not sure. A relative of hers. But it's not one you recognize. You... for the rest of the day, you feel a strength of bond to your draconic ancestry. You may use your breath weapon, your draconic breath weapon, every round.
Okay. Sweet.
Endless uses per day.
It's not super powerful, so that's not really busted, but...
No, but you can just use it.
Yep.
You feel your connection to dragonkind grow as you look at this woman. And you feel a sense of justice. Of separation from a situation, but a desire to make things right. Not necessarily good, but right.
As I see it.
Yes. All right.
Is that the only card it wants me to draw?
Yes. The rest of the cards are blank.
This is the deck of random benefit every day.
Sort of. I will say, this is not a woman you've met, so you feel zero connection.
My patron is now cards.
Your patron is now tarot cards.
You now have a persona patron. Congratulations.
I am thee, and thou art I.
And I think that's probably a good place to stop for tonight.
All right.
So, next week...
Next week we'll be doing. We're going to be short two people, Zach and William. So
there's this weird sports thing going on because
something
we
about
live in
something about sports ball where things get kicked into a goal.
Somebody
at the
took
end,
a dead
and then,
pig and they filled it with air and they're going to chuck it around at each other.
And then apparently there's something about throwing mud on birds. I'm not sure
What
that's about, but
I don't know. Literally, all I know about football is that you inflate a
do
dead
they
pig
throw
with
mud
air.
at birds? Because I'll watch that
something
one.
about a dirty bird. I just don't know.
Wrong birds.
I don't know. And then apparently they do this thing in the middle where they get like celebrities who used to be cool to not wear enough clothing.
Anyways, the Super Bowl is next Sunday, and so we're not going to have William and we're not going to have Zach. So instead, we are going to
clarify. They won't be watching the Super Bowl. William is pizza delivery, which is crazy, and Zachary is still in Maryland.
So we're instead going to be putting together a board game, some tabletop stream, probably Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Probably.
But we'll see for certain. But yeah, so that'll be next week. We'll be having a tabletop game day. And we'll have to get that camera figured out.
It works.
Does it?
We used it. That's how we did
We
Lords
did
of
when
Waterdeep.
we
No,
did
I know,
Lords of
but like with the new setup and
Yeah.
but-
We'll get it set up. I apologize, no, we're playing, but it'd be a great time if you haven't to go to our YouTube channel and check out all of our past broadcasts, get caught up on what's going on in Worldfire.
Yep.
And if you like what we do, we have our backlogs of all of our other ones if you want to see other things that we do. So,
Yep. And all
Also,
of that,
probably worth noting the week we get back will also still not be Worldfire.
yeah. So the week after next, we're also not doing Worldfire. Week after next, we're doing a Warcraft one shot for my birthday. We're all going to be playing Murlocs. I'm just going to let that sit there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
there it sits.
It's going to be fun.
and then we will resume Worldfire. And I don't think there are any interruptions until
Worldfire's.
No.
you'll
Zach
miss
and I
it.
are going to be gone
Right.
the week after that.
You and Zach.
Not the
The
week after that.
25th.
We'll see.
2
We'll
weeks.
we'll
2
figure
weeks.
that out later. Either way.
Sorry. Anyway.
But yes, we will have some sort of board game next week because of absence, and then William will be DMing the
Everything will be talked in Murglish. Anyways, so yeah, thanks.
and I believe all of our characters, because it is John's birthday, are puns on the name Murloc.
Yes, I'm a warlock.
I'm a flintlock.
Holly's a deathlock.
Zachary will be a picklock.
And we're not sure what Stan's going to be yet.
Not yet.
But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.